Welcome back to the Ascendant lands. Last time we left off, you guys were able to successfully end the reign of terror. The Broken Jaw gang were reigning on over the land of Ogmazai. In the intervening days between you leaving their cave system and getting to Moradin City, a few things did happen. Now, for the most part, you guys, it wasn't a really good time to discuss them intimately with the the two prisoners of yours and the other people who were the former freed slaves of the Broken Jaw brothers. So now is the only real time you've had the opportunity to talk about them. But during the time, Talari took a step away from camp, and what only can be said is that she was bathed in a white glow of light, far off into the distance of the campsite. And when she came back, she looked lighter, lighter on like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders almost. In the intervening nights, a few of you may or may not have gotten a few visits from gods, and some of you may or may not have had unpleasant or pleasant dreams. Who's to say? But you certainly noticed some of you having some of those dreams. But again, it wasn't really the right time to discuss or air your dirty laundry in front of the prisoners. So now you're here in Moradin City. You have handed over the bounty, and the Broken Jaw brother and the suspected mage. You are now at the salty. What's his face?
Horse?
Salty horse.
No, the salty horse was the last one.
Oh, that was the last one.
Salty cow, pigeon, sheep.
Salty pony.
There you
Hey.
go.
Salty pony. I
No,
knew it
salty
was.
pony, we were close.
Salty
Right,
pony.
perfect.
So you're now in the common room of the salty pony. We're able to get a drink, book a room, and relax for the first time in a few days.
Tori's gonna sit with a little cup of tea, some green tea, I think. Some calming tea. It's definitely necessary. So, Talari, what's the shit with you and the whole light beam thing? That was creepy and kind of cool at the same time.
Possessed. Should we be doing something about that?
Yeah, are you possessed? Is
No,
this a
no.
problem? Are you
No.
undead now?
No. But I think that is probably best discussed in private rather than,
In the middle of an inn? Yeah, fair enough.
So I think after we've kind of finished, probably we'll come back to my room and I'll let you know. There are a few things that we need to discuss, not just the glow, but various other things. I've come into some information that we'll all find very interesting.
Is that an
Nadia
invite
was
for
going
all
to
of
throw
us?
her hands in the air like, finally!
Let's just say there have been developments on things I've been looking into.
Very mysterious.
Okay.
And she sort of taps
like it.
herself there.
Very
I know
mysterious.
it's in a bag, isn't it?
I like it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. So, I suppose let's just finish up then. It's been a long time since we've slept in beds.
Yes, yeah. Well, how long has it been since we were in, where were we in? What was the last town? No, not, we're in Moradin, aren't we? Was it Azure? Azure?
Torm
Torm.
village.
Yes,
And I
We
think
didn't really sleep.
it was probably 2 weeks ago. Was having to wait at the pet shop for a night.
Oh yes. Yes, I could do with a nice, proper bed. So yeah, so I suppose that's what we'll end up doing then. I guess we'll finish
Down's
up,
tea.
and then retire. Right. Which would you like to know first? The light or the developments?
I'm really curious about the whole beam of light thing because I'm a little sensitive to sunlight and I'm not sure I'm comfortable standing so close to you if that's going to happen a lot.
Well, I mean, you'll be glad to know it wasn't actually sunlight. Well,
Oh, okay, that's good.
So you're okay. Right. So, after recent revelations with Oryx, I decided to talk to Kelemvor, see if I could get him to at least confirm the accusations. And unfortunately, what he's basically told me is unless the god is Cyric, they have no reasons to lie. Which basically means Oryx must have done something to me in order for me to lose. Which obviously...
So what, we go and find him, we give him a kicking?
Yes.
Go find him in the middle of the night and he could go quietly.
That would be my preference, yes. I mean, we'll probably find out why first, but yes, I'm not too pleased. But I felt that I've been very conflicted, and I've essentially formed a pact with Kelemvor officially, and he's given me power in order to do so. To protect all of you, since, you know, I feel that's where my services are best delivered, since, you know, after our escapade in the camp, I didn't really do a lot apart from heal you all. So I figured
I mean,
No.
you are the healer. Healing
Yes.
us is your job?
But
Trust me, you are very, very important.
the problem was, as I was saying, I was in the grey area of throwing fireballs and healing. So what I basically worked out with Kelemvor was to specialise. So he granted me extra power. Now I take my power directly from him through divine means.
Okay.
To heal better, basically.
So you're extra special healer with specific link to Kelemvor.
Yes. Hence the outfit change.
Healer, a cleric of a death god.
Hey.
That seems a little backwards. I'm just putting that out there.
So because from the light.
That was an icy statement.
Oh, sorry. I was just okay. What was that again?
Nadia said, "Is that a healer, the cleric of death god? That seems somewhat backwards."
Well, yes, but remember, he's not an evil god. He's a neutral god. Death is for.
I said it was bad. I said it was weird.
Oh, well, you know, death is neutral. You know, death comes for everybody.
Yes, but usually
Right.
healing equals not death. That is, in fact, the entire point of healing thing.
No, yes.
True, but if you think of like undeath, that's not quite healing either. But that's kind of undeath. So that's more the opposite of death than life is, kind of, maybe.
Could be useful if Krusk dies again.
So that's also
him back.
true, because
I mean,
we've already had one death in the family,
Yes.
and that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, I was going to mention, like, with the diamonds that we've got now, I can kind of use those. So
Krusk will icy look
What
up
to do what?
from a mouthful of doner kebab, by the way, which is what I'm doing.
okay.
Don't look at... Nice.
Or the
Uh,
closest approximation in the salty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gravy.
Yes, I know.
Slightly
how-
salty, but it's quite nice.
Yeah. So, probably made out of pony. That's not, you know.
And
I'm
Krusk
sure-
is not a
I'm sure that's
body,
good meat.
so he'll
Yeah,
take
it'll be
it,
fine.
So yes, I can, you know. And Talari's outfit has changed somewhat. It's
yeah.
it's very monochrome because it's
Did you get a magical girl transformation
kind
with
of
your clericdom?
almost
Wonderful.
yes.
Did the spin.
Yeah. It's a
It
little
was
yeah.
the beam of light. It was magical girl style, like ribbons coming in and
Yeah.
doing a
No,
new
Sailor
do.
Moon all over again.
Yeah. Yes.
You got like a
It's
staff
a
with a thing
slight,
on the top.
and that slight inappropriate erotic transformation, you know.
Oh.
Like all her clothes are off,
Go on.
and then you know, but she's all,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's a silhouette, so it's all like a divine light, you know. She's just covered in light, but you know, and then the new clothes come on, you know, that kind of thing. I watched way too much
Divine
anime.
light modesty veil while you're getting changed.
Don't say
Out
it's
of
a spoiler.
curiosity, who would have seen this?
No one. I went off the side, didn't I? So no
I
one.
don't know.
Yeah, but
Cannibal might have been
what's-
looking.
And to be fair, the
What?
light would have probably blinded a lot of people. The
Yeah,
Volva
that's
probably
very,
saw.
very true.
So,
But my
It was
question
ta-
was
it
more like
it was tastefully done.
yeah, well,
tastefully done. Yeah, it was the tasteful erotic scene. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's always got to be tasteful, you know. Because those magical girls are not, no. So yeah, so that's yes, so that's I can at least help you now.
It's you.
But because I'm
You're glowing.
that way more inclined, as Nadia suggested, I would
Can't throw any more fireballs?
well, no, not necessarily. I can throw out some, I can inflict damage if necessary.
Can
But,
do some stuff.
Yeah, I can hurt people if need be, but I would rely on you all now to do that. And if we do come across
Oh, I
Oryx,
was doing that anyway.
if we do come across Oryx, I think I would like to question him, and if necessary, do what you do best, I guess.
Put the boot in.
Yeah. But to be honest,
That's all right.
if we find him,
Talari,
great.
Talari. The good thing about having some big, strong friends is that they can hold them down while you put the boot in.
I would like that very much. Yes.
If I should be against this or for this, he sounds like a real prick, like a really evil dude, but I'm wholly on this redemption thing, so I'm just a kind of little bit confused, but I think it'll come to me when we get there.
I mean, he killed his unborn child and left his
Yeah,
partner.
that sounds
That's,
pretty evil to me. That sounds irredeemable, almost.
we were together for like 4 years, so.
Oh, okay, so come on.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I think this is fair.
Who's this? Sorry, I missed the conversation.
Oryx.
Who's Oryx? Your old god?
Yeah,
no,
no,
the
my
Dragonborn.
old.
No, her
This is
ex.
boyfriend.
Dragonborn.
Her
Krusk,
ex.
listen.
Pay attention.
Yeah, Krusk.
Krusk is like looking pretty eyes glazed from his large meal.
Yeah.
Always stop
He-
listening
he's-
when you stuff yourself.
I'm sorry. This is I work up a ravenous appetite. I think it's all the magic casting. It just really takes it out of you. Did
You
you
get
say
it all
Oryx
there.
killed someone?
Okay.
Shut up,
Just-
Krusk. We'll
a
deal
baby.
with you later. And
Krusk.
Nadia's going to reach over and like push a hand into his face to keep him quiet.
Alright. So yeah, that's what the magical light was, basically. I'm no longer connected to the weave as Krusk now is. I'm deriving my
Oh.
power from more divine
You've swapped.
changed,
I'm sure
if you
Mr.
will.
will be sad to
Yes.
see you go.
You've swapped. He is now no longer like a gold warrior and is now a mage, and you are no longer a mage. You are a cleric.
Yes.
What,
Basically.
what domain? Out of character.
I have a feeling that it's probably more likely being the wordings that I heard. Less of the good branding kind of cleric, more of the bad bandit.
No, it's life domain. So it's
Okay,
the,
cool.
it's the
Just
healing one.
checking.
Yeah.
The way you said it before, I thought maybe Warlock.
Life domain.
Yeah. I know.
That makes no sense.
Well, the
to
thing,
me.
the thing,
Is dead.
Sorry, does that mean you can no longer electrocute people? To
I
talk
could
to
no
them?
longer electrocute people. No, I can't.
Oh,
Maybe it's for the better.
I can't. No more shocking grasp,
No more
unfortunately.
torturing.
Well, but then I can blind. I could kill them by divine light because I've still got sacred flame, so I can just keep like.
So you can burn them instead of
I could
electrocute
burn them with holy light to
Instead.
death if necessary,
Great.
them.
and I could do that from afar. I'd have to touch them.
Always the way.
Yeah, but
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So basically, class change to cleric.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes. I feel a bit I don't know.
Feel good
energizes.
about it. It's
Yes,
good.
yeah, it feels
Change
nice.
is good.
Yes.
You
I
know?
don't know whether it's because I don't know. I feel more focused now. Not being pulled in multiple directions, but I feel the focus is helping. But
Great. That's really nice. That's great. So, you mentioned developments.
yes. So last night, I had another dream, and this time it wasn't God necessarily contacting me. This was a deeper connection with our medallion friend.
Oh, have you met the Skullface?
I did.
Did you actually manage to have a decent conversation with Skullface?
No. Not too much more than we've had in the past, but I got a good look at him.
Oh, then.
And I got a very good look at him, and based on the people I'm dealing with, I think it's pretty safe to say we have been lied to.
Bastard.
So
I thought the gods
I
couldn't
know
lie
it.
unless they. Oh no, sorry, the
No,
mage lied.
not
the
the
sorry.
gods do
gods,
high.
the
This was it.
mage.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, the
So-
mages.
The
said it.
mages, yeah. So we were led to believe this was some kind of evil demon man. Ooh.
At least we got paid
He
initially.
might have also been deceived.
But so do you remember my task for Kelemvor? These two stories are kind of linked.
Yeah,
Search for the
sorting
undead.
out the undead problem.
Yes. Why is people becoming undead? Because they're not going through.
Merkel's not doing his job
Yes.
properly because
And now I know why Merkel's not doing his job properly.
so
Trap.
it
He's
has
trapped
been suggested
In
he's
the
trapped.
medallion.
It's
Oh,
been
it's him.
suggested to
I am
me.
connecting all the dots now.
Yes.
Yeah, it has been suggested to me that the reason nobody has noticed Merkel's missing because they were trapped during the God War. When everybody looked around after the dust settled and couldn't find him, they assumed he was dead and replaced him.
Did he
So
say?
we now have two.
Did he say how
one-
he came to be in the medallion?
I couldn't talk to him, unfortunately. The connection hasn't grown that deep yet. It's a very one-way conversation.
All he does is go, "Help me, please," and then you wake up.
But I
So you
got a good look at
Really
him.
useless.
So you
Very
saw
sim-
him, and that's how you know it's
Yes.
him.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't they say that there was like
When you-
5 other pieces of this medallion?
4? Yeah,
Yep.
4 other pieces. 5 in total.
4
I
other
think.
pieces. We've
4
got
other
one,
pieces.
never
So,
5.
so the question is, do they all have a piece of Merkel inside, or was that just a farce to?
Don't know.
Well, we know some other gods are apparently AWOL,
Mhm.
right?
Or maybe other medallions? Do you think?
Which are the
I don't
gods
know,
are AWOL?
maybe.
Il-
When
Ilmater,
wasn't Nadia
isn't it?
saying? Yeah.
Oh, the Torm's gone missing. Yeah, but Torm went missing like last week, not like last millennia.
Oh, da, but we only just recently got
Yeah,
the
they could have done it
medallions. Maybe
recently.
Tom was the last one they wanted to trap.
Mm.
Oh, what you think if there were 5 different gods? I think
Well, I'm just saying it's suspicious, right? Some of the gods have gone missing recently, and now you've.
And
it
now we
turns
have a
out
medallion with a
one
god
has-
inside.
one has gone missing recently, and like I
that we
said,
know
was-
of.
That we know of.
No
Yeah,
one's
we don't
known
know
that
about.
Merkel's been missing for the last millennia, right? We've only just found this out, so
Yeah.
there could be
We
more
don't know
gods
about all the
missing.
Because
gods.
there's
Yeah.
someone because there was another Merkel.
You know,
How do you know
If
there's
there's
another
one in
Merkel?
the medallion, there's one walking around the world as well.
How do you know?
Because he's talked to a bunch of people.
How do we
So
know
there's a-
that's not
like-
Cyric?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's Syria.
Oh,
Mm.
what? Like pretending? Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
if he's
could be.
involved, it's not beyond his power. He came to many people in many different forms. He played.
Because I was told that Merkel was ascended after the God War. Was replaced by the Ascension after the God War.
But who told you?
Who do you think told me?
Yeah, but... Okay. How are you sure that is who they say they were, when Cyric can do the exact same thing and lie?
Mm.
Hmm.
How are you sure that your dreams are from the god that you think they're from?
I have absolutely no idea. It just sounds like a good plan.
I'm just putting that out there. It's the best information I've got.
Thing is, a god's power is mysterious and, in theory, unlimited. There's no reason they can't shapeshift into one another. They can't.
Or limited.
I mean,
No,
They're
it is
very
limited.
They're
They are.
incredibly limited.
Yeah, I think
Cyric
they're more
can't
limited.
give another god's powers to someone else.
No.
He
How do
can,
you
he
know?
can probably change his form. I don't know. He's a god of lies. You can't.
He's the god of lies. He can
Give
appear
power.
to you however he wants to appear to you, but the powers he can give you will only be his
Yeah.
deception.
But the problem is, if
persuasion, perhaps.
I've been tasked to look into this undead problem, surely Kellenvor would have just talked to Merkel directly if he's walking around. If
Well,
it
go
was that,
back
I think-
and
if it was
ask
that-
him
if it
why
was-
he hasn't.
but this is the thing. If it was that straightforward, he would have done it. He wouldn't need us. I don't think there is a Merkel walking around.
What did Kellenvor say to you specifically?
So, what my initial task is that what you was asking?
What's in your
Okay.
dream journal when you woke up immediately and wrote everything down?
Yeah.
Line by line.
Krusk is like, what? You guys don't have
Honestly.
dream channels?
Of course we have dream journals. I call
don't
mine
write it,
Discord, it's
I
great.
just draw a picture.
At
Yeah.
this point, we all bloody need them. The amount of different gods that pop in every night.
Tell me about it. This list is long, man. Seriously long.
Okay, wait. Let's break this down a bit. How many have you spoken to Kellenvor recently to
Well-
confirm this thing, or no?
No, this happened yesterday.
Merkel last night.
I did my
Knuckle
next
off
my
that.
next my next plan of my next plan is to talk to Kellenvor, preferably today, if I can get
Okay.
through. It's obviously difficult sometimes.
And
to
what did
get-
Merkel specific?
Sorry?
He was just saying help.
Yeah,
The usual.
basically the usual.
Okay,
You
so
know.
Did he appear as you expected? No signs
We
of
got it. Wait,
something
for
funky?
help, please. I beg you, release me. That's basically what I got.
Didn't
Okay,
mention how
so-
to do the releasing.
No,
That's
all.
no.
No, he's
Here's a
not
good-
very helpful.
With your new connection to Kellenvor, do you have any way to commune with him or
I mean,
ask him anything in any way?
I just trance. Just do it in the dreams.
Okay,
This-
I'll
no,
ask him.
that's great, but sometimes I find if I pray to someone and I don't necessarily get the full response I wanted back, I just get a little bit, kind of like okay, I'll look into that, maybe that's a lie, I've never had to look into
I mean-
that, maybe it's more just brushing off.
To be fair, me and Kellenvor have like a bit of a, good decent rapport going on, I suppose. Seem to
Smitten?
understand.
I
you
would
know,
hope so if he's made you a cleric.
well, this is it, and we're in a pact. Maybe that helps. Maybe he's more willing to impart information that he has.
I'd hope so, wouldn't you?
You'd think so.
But
you'd
yeah,
like to.
asking him why he hasn't gone and talked to Merkel himself might be worth a shot.
Well, at the moment, I didn't know. Obviously,
Although
with
it's
the
possible
medallion.
he's just not allowed to interfere. Yeah. But if there is a Merkel walking around the world, as I think there is,
Mhm.
why hasn't he gone and talked to them?
And if
If
any
he comes back and goes, "What Merkel walking around the world?" then we know that whoever was talking to me is full of shit,
Yes.
don't we?
Yes.
Which would be a good thing to find out.
I'll bear this in mind when I try and talk to him whenever I can. I will be trying. Don't worry. My
Hmm.
plan.
What
Does
does
this
it-
change anything with our mission now?
I think it does. We can't hand him over
I
without.
mean, I think
knowing
yeah.
what's going
I
on.
don't think we can necessarily give this over to whoever wants this.
No,
I
I
mean, if
don't
the-
think so, but see,
There's a lot of gold.
But okay, sorry, then we can get gold many ways. But the other
You've
question
literally
is,
got a
if-
bag of diamonds.
that's true.
You
If
can never have enough gold.
if there are 4 other medallions with either parts of Merkel in them, or perhaps even worse, 4 other gods, then the best place to get the other ones is to go to the same place.
And what? Steal them?
The
You
only
saying?
the danger with that is obviously
Perhaps.
they're all going to be there. Whoever
Well,
these people are.
I'm not saying it's a no risk plan, but it's a plan.
Seems like a high
One of
risk
them.
plan.
One of the medallions is being
it's-
teleported. She said, right?
Mhm.
So one of them is going to be really hard to get because it's going to go straight to whatever
Well,
the.
we don't know
secure
how. Bear in
is.
mind,
Order told you
we don't know how much we've been lied to.
We
That's
don't know what
also
they're doing
true.
with them.
They
What are
could-
they doing
There
with the
could be
gods?
no other medallions.
There could be no other medallions. I mean, splitting them up kind of would make sense. It's hard to. I mean, I'm probably more in the mind that Merkel is in all of these, because if you try, no one medallion. You can't be telling me one medallion can hold an entire god.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a,
Who
I
knows?
have a, I have, I have a crazy idea.
Gil was in a cage, so
We've-
you know.
We've been lied to, right?
Yeah.
And there's one god who would probably.
Oh,
Could we ask
Jesus.
Cyric? It's his thing, right? We could be like.
You can't ask
what's going
Cyric
on?
any questions. What a
I
question!
am not
Also-
going to Zurich for anything.
Also,
Cyric's
if
trying to
you
kill.
go and ask Cyric and go, "Was this you being a dickhead?" What do you think he's gonna go? Oh
No,
yeah,
not,
yeah,
not,
totally, it
not
was
asking
me.
if it's not asking if it's him, but if someone's telling a lie, he would probably know about it, right? Because it's like
Oh.
his thing.
Why would he
You-
tell you? He hates
Yeah.
us.
He's trying to
He
kill
hates-
Turing.
Shit.
He wants
He
to
hates
kill
you.
Turing.
He hates you, Turi. I don't know about all of us.
Yeah,
Yet
but you go
he hates all
anywhere
of
near
us
him.
by association, trust me.
Yeah,
He
if you
wanted
go
me to
anywhere near
hurt
him,
all of
we're
you.
gonna hate you.
Yeah, I think he's aware of the Justice Collective. I think.
Krusk, by association, you are damned with me. And on top of that, I'd just like to say that initially, when I was being misled, he wanted me to harm all of you
Even me.
and ruin
That's-
all your plans. Yeah.
Well,
All of
that
you.
can never happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, no, we are not going to Zurich.
Yes, I don't think that would be a good idea. Nobody goes up to the bad guy and goes, "Are you a bad guy?"
But there is
Hey,
someone
there was a
else.
time and a place for doing that, but now is not that time.
If somebody has the power to trap a god in the medallion with magic, do you not think the god Des Mistra might know something about it?
She's
Probably.
got a point. That's
can
far
try
better
and-
point than your fucking point, Christ, you dumbass.
I can try and talk to Mistra.
I think it's worth a try. And I don't know. Bahamut probably has no idea. He's just trying to juggle a few things right now. But, I'll pray and ask. Why not?
So, I just conveniently remembered.
I just looked at my dream journal.
Yeah,
and,
Yeah, look
So-
at your dream journal.
Yep. So,
You remembered, excellent.
yeah. So call it divine intervention. You know,
Yep.
to my straight
Oh,
direct
God, giving you an elbow in the rib.
Yeah. So when Kellenvor, first told me about this, I remember he was saying something along the lines of, the reason he wanted me to investigate is because he felt Merkel wasn't doing his job properly. So I think.
I can't just
no,
walk up and go, "Hey, you're shit at your job," can he?
Well, it kind of means Nadia's right then that there is another different Merkel
Fake Merkel.
potentially.
But
he-
at least the
No,
Merkles,
but
it's
he-
not
but-
great at the job.
But he felt Merkel's doing it on purpose, so that's why he wanted me to investigate. But he was going to investigate stuff on his end, and I was to investigate stuff on this end.
How's his investigation going? Because we've made some good progress there.
I reckon this Merkel was just shooting with half a quiver, as it were.
Now, to be fair, I've had a lot of things going on. I haven't really been kind of asking him about.
Yeah,
that
no,
kind of stuff.
that would be totally understandable.
But
Who-
now that's kind of resolved in some manner. Like I said, I'll go when I next talk to Kellenvor. I'm gonna,
Who here has spoken to Merkel? Just Nadia.
Merkel.
The skull face Merkel.
A Merkel.
yeah.
Who here is talking to a Merkel?
Yeah, but Amulet Merkel or not?
A Merkel. A Merkel.
not
I've spoken
So-
to
so-
Amulet Merkel has spoken to me. I didn't say anything to him
but
because I thought
not.
he was a demon at the time.
But not.
not a
non-Amulet
walking around
Merkel.
one.
Not a walking
Nobody
Merkel.
has spoken to walking around Merkel, whoever they are. Also,
He has because
I
that's
think-
why we gave her the bloody amulet in the first place.
Who has?
oh right, yes, that's a
Hey,
good point. I
she's
just
met
remembered.
him. We gave her the amulet because she was like, "I've met Merkel. I can tell you if Merkel in the amulet."
You know what?
Consult the dream journal, Sonny. Consult the dream journal.
I'm looking at my dream journal now. I need to seriously write this down better. It's all over the place.
Okay.
I must have I must have like 10 dreams. It's so difficult.
Well,
Um,
Talari's sleeping around.
it's
We've got
It's
horrendous.
very,
Yeah,
it's very,
that's-
very difficult for us elves to understand. We don't usually have dreams, and when they
Exactly.
happen, it's just so fast.
It is.
We
and
just, it's a lot to
it's
take
not,
in.
we don't really think about them too much. Or it's not. We don't like instinctively like memorize them like the rest of you do.
Fucking killed the GM.
So
She's indulged
So
in
I
it.
This is great. This is
I-
wonderful.
Oh,
I have met Merkel.
so what did? What
That's
did,
why I
what did-
recognised him. I knew. I thought I saw him somewhere.
Oh, I can see you flipping through your dream journals.
Dream
That's really
journal.
I'm probably gonna have to actually have like a proper dream journal now.
Yeah.
Sonny, yeah, you need to make like a Google doc
do,
of
I do.
Talari's dream
I
journal
do,
or
I do.
something, all the pinned posts.
I do.
you've got.
I've got so many, and they're not short either.
The conversations as well.
What I should probably do is in each one of these, like, capitalize the god in question, so I know that's the Merkel
Would
one.
be helpful. Would be
Yeah.
helpful.
Thanks of gods.
Right.
So what did
Looks
walking
like
around
scrap
Merkel
notes and it's all
say to
everywhere.
you?
You
Well,
really need to put that in the filing system.
So.
Consult dream journal.
Yeah. Trying to proposition. Oh, I mean, he was trying to pull me over to his side. That's,
What
I
did he
think-
want specifically from you, though?
Talari's like this.
Well, he wanted me to join him. And
Okay.
end Cyric.
In Cyric, that's what he said.
Oh, you should have
Paraphrasing.
done it.
Cyric needs a good ending.
But yes.
Probably a violent one.
Wait. Merkel said to you he wanted to end Cyric.
Well, not end Cyric, but stop what Cyric is doing.
Merkel
Oh,
is
shame.
aligned with Cyric, I think.
Is he?
He is, yeah.
What do you think that for?
See?
I don't know if that's.
Mr. mentioned it.
The thing is, Cyric was aligned with a lot of people, and quite frankly, it didn't always work out too well. Baal was
True.
aligned with Cyric.
That's true, but then it may mean that maybe it is a fake Merkel. If the
That's
real Merkel
possible
is meant
too.
to be a buddy of Sirik.
Thing is, if they were ascended quickly because Merkel was dead, then maybe nobody really checked them too much for the job before they had to be ascended. And maybe they are just a half-assed
That's why they're so
Merkel.
shit at it.
Yeah, they're just crap because they had to be really quickly fast-tracked.
I reckon they're just not very good at it because they've only got half the gear, as it were, because the other half's still locked in the amulet. But, you know.
It's also a possibility. Well, yeah, maybe we're dealing with part of a god.
Also, isn't it a bit strange? Because I would have thought when a new person ascends a position, doesn't the old one die?
Yeah, but in this case, the old one had been like locked
They
away, and everyone was like, "Oh
sorted-
shit, he's dead," and ascended someone
then-
basically by accident.
But then shouldn't it killed him no matter where he is? Surely.
Well, obviously not.
I don't
Well,
think
But I
that's
don't think
necessary.
it's the process of ascending that kills them. Like they get defeated, and then you take all their power or something, right?
But if that was the case, wouldn't they have just appointed a new tier rather than having Bahamut take this place while during the trial?
Well, that's because they're like testing to make sure the new tier is a good tier.
And
Because
on,
you can't just pop a fucking god of justice out of thin air.
Oh,
Exactly,
They're
and
deciding
We
if
did.
it's
That's how
gonna be-
Krusk turned up, didn't it? Isn't it?
Huh?
He was
that they're deciding if Tur is going to exist as Tur or not.
it's
Like, that's how far the implication goes.
because Tyr has possibly got himself involved in the situations that Sirik had himself involved with, and there's, a lot of back and forth of messing with the Ascendants. And, it's all under trial, so Bahamut is a temporary fix for now. It's lucky that he's available, really, if you think about it, because most gods don't have draconic companions that can take over for a little bit.
Hey, never
Uh, Yes. But that's a bit he sticks out as a sore thumb at the meetings. Dragon with all these not dragons.
I think he probably looks pretty majestic compared to the rest of them.
Certainly more impressive, isn't it? Being
Mm.
a dragon, as opposed to not being a dragon.
I hope so. I mean,
Get,
that
like-
was the coolest dream I've ever had.
Yeah, if
How
I do,
many
I
dreams have
want to
you
be a
ever
dragon.
had, Turi? Like 3?
Maybe 5?
That's not much competition.
Well,
just
just
putting that out there.
I mean, 5 I remember. No, that's true. I think only 5. Maybe 6. I don't keep a dream journal like Talari over here, so I have no idea.
You can see her counting, by the way.
Far too many. I have had far too many dreams about gods recently. But that is good that we now know some things. So what's our plan from here? Like, go anyway and cause a great big fuss and be like, "You've got the wrong guy."
I think maybe it's going to
9.
be worse.
9.
Okay, 9. Well done, you. Good job. I think Talari should maybe communicate with Kellenvord tonight if she can. Try to get more information on if they've contacted Merkel and who it is, and maybe how good they are at what they're doing. Did they ascend way back then, just to confirm some facts? And then after, I think maybe Krusk should try to communicate with Mistra to try find out who could create such a powerful magic item to trap a god or part of a god.
Mm.
And if there are any other actual medallions that we hold out there, like the one we have.
What's Moradin
Because that
god of?
Forge or like making stuff.
Because
Creation.
He's
the
a
reason
dwarven god of craft.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, like, if someone's gonna
Or
know,
creation.
like, how to make a medallion that can house a god, someone in Moradin City must know.
Well, it depends
That's
if it's
also
more
true.
magical or like crafty.
I
guess.
think maybe.
I mean, I think of it
It's
like
not-
the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, you've got to make
Yeah.
that thing be able to hold that
Yeah.
power. You
Is
can't
there
put
any
it. You can't
special-
put. No matter how magical it is, you can't put a god in a paperclip. It's just not going to happen.
I don't know how special is it. Is it special metal or anything, Matt? The medallion, like what's it made of?
Looks fairly mundane every time you look at it.
How are you gonna tell?
It makes a very special. It makes a very strong effort to look as mundane as possible.
It
Like,
makes
whenever you
strong
look at it.
effort. Whoa! What do you,
Yeah,
Can you break that?
when you say it makes a special
Whenever you
efforts
look at
look
it, it
mundane.
looks as mundane as possible. Like almost your eyes almost like glaze over, even though you know you're looking at
Oh,
it.
okay.
Your
Yeah.
eyes want to look away from it. Like, oh, it's just
Yeah.
is that boring to your eyes? It goes, oh,
Okay,
even though
so
you
it's-
want to look at it.
I think, Talari, you have a good point, and maybe those of us who are not trying to communicate with gods go see if they can communicate with some priests who maybe can communicate with Moradin here.
Mhm.
Someone.
Last time I went with you to communicate with a priest, it ended really badly.
Well, we just don't go to
That's
visit any
true.
tier priests or death cult priests. I think just avoid
I think
them.
it's
Somebody
fair,
tries-
you
fair
know.
to say that I will keep an eye out for certain things, and if I see anything, I will definitely let someone else do the interrogations.
We'll try not to get nearly locked in and have a great big hoo and ha like we did last time. Maybe we should leave that for a bit.
We'll do that tomorrow after some shopping. I have some shopping to do.
Yes.
Oh, do you?
Yes, sorry then. Speaking of, I'm going to need you to come with me, or at least give me your pass.
Wait. Give you my what?
Your purse. Where you
My
keep your money?
purse.
Yes, that's what it's called, right? That's
Already
what you
doesn't
call
have
it.
a
Coin purse.
Man
bum
purse.
bag.
Coin
Got a man
purse.
A bum bag.
He has a man bag.
I
It's
don't-
pink.
He probably has like a sack. He's just like.
Yeah, but it's still
He
it's
doesn't
still
have
called
a
a purse.
purse.
You keep
It's
your
a
money
coin-
in.
Little jingle
coin purse.
jangle as he went along.
That's
You
an
know what
insult.
Thoradin
That's an
definitely
insult to
does have?
Thoradin.
You know what Thoradin definitely does have from this conversation? A fragile masculinity.
Yeah, don't say he has a purse. He gets offended
If
when
he
you say he
can't
has a
stand
purse.
the word purse, that boy has issues.
Come on, man.
Okay, your coin sack, whatever you want to call it
My
then.
big sack, yeah.
Your big coin sack, okay.
It's bigger than the other one.
Whoa. I don't know what idea you're
Don't
getting
worry,
at,
it's
Nadia.
perfectly natural to have one sack.
I can
No,
confirm
but I'm
that.
going
I've
to
seen,
need
I've
to
seen
borrow
plenty
some
of
of my
sacks in my
funds.
time, yeah. That misproportionate ones is a lot more common than you think it is. Just so you know.
I tell you
But
what
Okay.
sack I tell you one sack I really need. Bag of
Oh.
holding. Well, it's a bag, but
That's
not
a
sack.
bag, not a sack. What's it?
You can have a sack.
That's
Yeah,
good-
it was
good
better in my
segue.
head, and when I said it,
The segue was a
sounded
good try, Sorritan, but I think maybe
Yeah.
work on it a little.
Mm,
But yeah,
practice in front of the mirror.
I have something in particular I would like to buy, and you are currently the owner of all my money.
Bag of
Yep,
holding would
yep.
probably be a good idea, actually. I think I might join you for that purchase.
I also have some shopping to attend to.
What are you buying?
Although we haven't gotten the money
A
yet,
bit of
have
this,
we?
bit of that.
Don't we need to? Do we?
You're buying a fancy
yet.
thing for your cat, aren't you?
But we don't
Things
need
being
all the
verified first.
diamonds. We don't need all the diamonds that we have at the moment.
No, but bear in mind we should keep some because
Oh,
one of my
yeah.
one of my new spells because I've had change. You have to change some of them out because the divine power doesn't fuel certain spells like my fire. My divine power doesn't fireball doesn't work anymore.
They probably frown on burning people.
Well,
like
it just
that.
it doesn't. It's like I don't know.
Does that work? Do
It
you
won't
just,
work.
like,
It doesn't power it.
suddenly-
It doesn't
like,
work.
You still know how to do it, but like
know,
nothing
yeah.
comes out.
Yeah, basically, yeah, I know how to do it. It's just the input's not there. If that makes sense. Like, you can't light a candlelight without fire, can you? You can't light a candle without fire. Trying to light a candle without fire is like what I'm trying to do with fireball right now. Does that make sense?
Basically, you've lost the spark, so you're borrowing Kellamvors.
Basically,
Well,
but
no, but Kellenvold doesn't have the right kind of spark.
it's
This
a
is the
different
thing.
spark.
So, like, she can cast a spell, but there's no power going through it now because she's lost the access to the power that did work before.
Mhm.
But she can do new things because she has new power.
Yes.
Right, okay, so before you had like a flint and stone, and now you've got like a match.
Well, no,
Think of
because
it-
Okay, I'm so
Fireball
confused.
doesn't work anymore because
Okay,
there's just
okay,
nothing there.
okay.
So
I'm
instead of
talking more about
instead
magical-
so instead of like having a match, say, I have.
I'm just gonna
a
say this
bandage.
now. Turi doesn't understand magic, and this will go on and on.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it
on.
will. She'll be like trying to explain it as best she can, like based on
No,
everything.
but so yeah.
Short story. I can revive people, but I'm gonna need a diamond to do that.
Yeah, I think we should keep at least.
we got
No, how
26.
There's 5 of
We
us. I
don't
think
use
we
all
should
of those
keep
on
10.
revival spell.
I was
I
going to say
think- I think we
5.
said
don't
10.
need 10.
If we keep 10, that's 2 revives per person.
Do you really think everyone's going to die twice?
I think it's wise.
Sure, hell,
It's
how
not,
many-
it's
well,
not
how
just
many-
revives.
we've
It's
had-
not just revives though. It could be useful. in
Well,
any
no,
scenario.
Can anyone else use it though? Because
You never know.
I think
No.
the only person who
No.
could use it is.
No,
Sorry.
not revives, like trading in.
Yeah.
Say we
Well, you
need
might as well
for a
trade it.
mission, we need something.
Oh,
We have a diamond we can use to trade
I
in.
mean,
I
it's
s-
also
I-
like a diamond's a lot
It's
easier to
useful
move
to have.
around.
Lighter to carry.
It's also easier to move
Yeah,
around
yeah.
than the money equivalent
in
as well.
gold.
So
Yeah.
All right, fine. 10.
2 diamonds per person. I think that's reasonable. You can still sell. What is that? 16?
So it's 16k, roughly 1,000 each apparently, but they're different sizes.
We should
Are
go
they?
get them appraised.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should sell the best ones then, because
yeah,
Yeah.
Revivify only needs like one worth.
doesn't need
300.
like a perfect diamond, does it?
I
It
don't
just
need
needs,
much.
like,
I
a
don't need a
diamond.
big diamond to do what I, my spell. It's only, like
It
you can
just
only,
needs to be reverse enough,
and
right?
you can't be dead for too long. Like if someone dies, you got to get to me pretty fresh.
Maybe they
We
can
can't,
like
like,
break one of
crack.
the smaller diamonds or something.
I was gonna say, can we like crack a diamond into two and use
You know
it
what? You
as two
probably
revives?
you probably could. I get. Well,
Depends
yeah,
how
but,
much
then,
they're worth, I
but
guess.
then how would you break a diamond in this? In this world, like how would you break a
It's,
diamond?
Use another
Diamond.
diamond.
Have you seen my arms? No, it's fine.
Jewelers still
Did
do
you
the
see
trick,
his
yeah.
lightning hands cut wood?
Did you see? Yeah, did you see what I did with wood?
Diamond is harder than
Diamond.
wood.
Jump there.
Dear me.
To be fair, this is a world of magic. They probably have some kind of spell, like cut diamond spell. You know?
Laser
Diamonds are
cutter.
good diamonds, really.
Yeah, like laser cutter. Just
Probably.
focus
So-
fireball.
If you have one diamond that's not quite worth enough, and you have another diamond that's that does the spell, I really don't understand.
I mean, as long as I have enough time, like if they're like tiny, and I had 300 of them, I guess that would work.
How do
Okay,
you
okay.
define a diamond?
It doesn't need
Tomorrow.
to be like a singular piece. As long as they're around,
Tomorrow, let's go to a jeweler's
just
and
bear
get
in
some
mind
all
that
appraised.
it's probably gonna disappear when I do it. So you're not gonna be able to. So diamonds will disappear if you start dying. That should be incentive enough to not
So-
die.
Hmm.
There is a
1,000
monetary
gold,
value to
that's
life.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there is.
If
So
someone
our
worth
lives
more
are
than
worth
This
1,000
is a
gold,
terrible lesson.
Think
to
of
be
it. Think of
learned.
it. Think of it as a truth of enlightenment.
need a pros and cons.
Okay, let's go. Tomorrow in the shopping, we'll get some appraised by jewelers. I don't know where we will find the jewelers. Probably
Gotta
down
be-
Smith's Alley, maybe.
Alchemists? They must use diamonds.
Banks also do them as well.
Or banks, yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Thanks. Yeah,
there's
that's a good
also-
point.
There's
They'll-
also a market area on the map, so there must
Well, the
be
thing is, if you're
someone
going to
on
go
that.
to the bank, you might as well go to the bank straight away. You can
Yeah,
find those
if
suckers.
they can appraise it, they can tell you which ones are worth what, and
Yeah.
we can sell accordingly.
Yeah, directly. Just yeah.
And
We
while
don't
we're
have to-
there, we can go back to the city hall and see how our friends are doing.
What friends?
Oh, we need the bounty money as well.
The
Yeah,
bounty money, basically.
Well, that's gonna take time. Yeah.
Matt, the banks are like reputable. They're not going to like try and scam us or something, are they? Okay.
Not as far as you've heard.
They're not going to
You've heard-
undercut
you've pro-
us.
You've
Not
heard
in
of a
this
few
city.
broken. You've heard of a few broken knees from people taking out too much money. But in terms of like, as far as you've been aware, they shoot straight out.
Okay. Cool. Excellent.
Alright. That's fine then. So I don't think there's. I don't think I've got anything else.
Is it the evening right now?
Yep. So
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
it's like bedtime
This
kind
is
of thing.
tomorrow.
It's been a long day of traveling and handed everything in. You've had your dinner, got your rooms.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're all happy to go to bed,
Yeah.
you can.
Yep.
Was this all
I'll-
in Talari's room?
Yeah, we're all in my
Yeah.
room at the moment. Yeah. We're all in
Oh.
Talari's room at the moment.
All rammed in.
Yeah.
You're going to try and
Yeah.
stay for it, spend the night.
Talari? No.
Wow, girl.
I mean,
Alright.
she's looking different. She's looking different, but you know.
I don't know if Thoradin was so picky
she's
now.
got a
No, I'll
nice
probably
little
go for
glow.
it.
She's got a nice little glow about her now.
Oh, the damage is done, man.
That's it.
I'll try and do as somebody suggested, Turi, and contact Mistra.
Yeah,
How are we paying for these rooms? Did we already pay? We already
Thoradin
paid.
paid.
I think we did
Thoradin.
when we got here. Did we not?
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
didn't
already
pay
been
for
paid.
everyone.
Already paid.
Cool.
That's already all sorted. Don't you worry.
Cool.
Grand.
Cool. Lots of prayers going on. Great.
Not,
Uh,
not
we'll
to
like-
put
we'll
the
like-
GM through too much
so-
pressure, but everybody
so
message
we'll-
privately.
Yeah, so we'll sort out the content of those prayers at a later time, just for ease.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those who want to pray can pray,
Mhm.
and we'll sort this
Very
out.
hard.
So you'll get to long rest for those who it matters really. Yeah, you get a long rest. In the morning, the rumors around breakfast are very interesting. So there's a few things that have gone on while you've been out of gossip range. First of which is a group of adventurers went into the teeth, the mountain's teeth, and wiped out a whole bunch of goblins who had made way into a mine and wiped them all out. And so people are singing the praises of this adventuring group.
A rival group? What's their name?
We got competition, lads.
Yeah, what's their name?
There's not
Okay.
much of a name yet. They're calling them the Goblin Besiegers at the moment, but that's a name that is very much just out of necessity at the moment. That's what they know they're to have done.
Right.
Mind Freers is what they've also been called a few times. But these guys, they took out a whole goblin horde to heal up holding up in a mountain. So some good stuff. A few other things that were going on. There's a few thieves going around the city. Nothing more than usual, though, from what you can tell. Just the classic Thieves Guild doing Thieves Guild stuff. Some people are complaining that the whole compass was stolen. Some people are saying their favorite sword was stolen. Some people are saying that their materials were stolen. You know, the classic. Not people going.
Very
people.
active thieves.
Yeah, they're doing. You could probably imagine that the soot and the very griminess and the grubbiness of the city helps the thieves, the little thieves, get away with what they want to get away with. They're able to get into the nooks and crannies without having to work too hard. But yeah, so that's the main talking points. There are some very early talks about your attempt on clearing out the Broken Jaw brothers, but there's nothing really confirmed yet. There's talk of a mage still alive, claiming he's one of a wizard. One of the brothers is alive. He's going to, from what you can tell, he might be executed soon. It seems like he's been done in. He's confessed, and he might be gone soon. But then, just as you're about to finish breakfast, a familiar face walks in, and Arg
Oh,
Wow.
walks
what's he
in.
doing out
Damn.
here?
Mm.
I'm very suspicious, by the way. We've just found out there's something sketchy about the medallion.
Well, he's a
I'll
good person to ask about it, but yeah.
Well, let's see. Maybe he's here about to.
Maybe he's
yeah.
not here for us at all.
Does he come towards us? Yeah.
He does. He walks in, sees you all about to like finish breakfast, and you can tell Krusk is pining for another plate. Maybe who knows?
Definitely. Yeah.
But he comes over and he says, "I know you've probably already had it, but you might need to sit down for some more breakfast after this."
Both
Krusk pulls
Nadia's
for a second.
eyebrows go up.
Krusk
Round
pulls
two.
2 seconds immediately. You read my mind, Arg.
As if he needed an excuse.
Just clambering of spoon in the bowl. Pushes the bowl away. What does it now?
Fling a few gold over to the barkeep, and he just wave at the table, and then barkeep nods, and some more food comes out for you if you
Excellent.
wish.
Krusk will tuck in.
Ark will come and sit down, join the table, and he sits down, and he looks tired. This is a guy that probably hasn't slept all night. Now, this is something that's normal for some wizards you might expect, but he definitely looks weary and worn down by something today. So, I heard you rescued one of my own.
We didn't.
He didn't really seem like he wanted rescuing.
Rescue's probably a generous word as well for what we did.
He escaped death.
Yeah, Thoradin went a little bit crazy in there and kind of murdered a lot of people, so I'm
He was one of
surprised
the
he
lucky
came out
ones.
breathing, really.
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
Was that his name was Aloysius, and then also, what was it, Felgrin?
Felgum?
Felgum.
Felgum?
He said
Felgum.
he was bullied at mage school.
And he also said that he was captured and that he was so afraid of the brothers until he dropped 2 of them in one move.
Hmm. I'm sorry to report that this Aloysius was not Felgum, and that the other mage that was killed was actually Felgum.
I knew it.
Hmm.
So who's the one we captured?
So the one we captured is
The head.
Felgrin.
No, the one we
Presumably.
captured is someone else.
No.
No, the one we
Yeah.
captured's an unknown.
Unknown.
Unknown,
One,
sorry.
the live person you captured, so Aloysius is what he called himself to you and to me.
Yeah.
Once he saw my face, he knew, and I
To
said I was who I was. He knew that he couldn't lie any further. He is Aloysius. He seems to be a cleric of some sort, very powerful. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make an escape from the prison here, and you are in fact very lucky for your lives. If he is as powerful as he is, I have no doubt he probably could have killed you all.
Are you saying he wanted to be captured?
Isn't he then?
Yeah, unless he wanted to
That
be
I
captured.
don't know. But
Is- How powerful is he compared to you, Arg? Sir Arg?
You had to put a
Okay,
number on it.
Just want to know what we're dealing with here.
Scale
if
of
he
1 to 10.
was a priest, I'd put him on my level.
Oh,
Yes.
So-
Okay.
I have a question. Did anybody else notice how his ears perked up when we mentioned Merkel? Because I have a feeling that if he is a priest, maybe he's a priest of Merkel.
Would explain how we can keep reviving people, I suppose.
Then why did he allow himself to be? So he must have wanted to be captured, and
Or he thought he could get away with the whole I'm a prisoner thing, don't kill me.
but why take the
He
risk? If he's that
go.
powerful, he could just kill everyone.
Yeah, because you escaped.
Yeah, he would never had to have bargained for his life in the first place. He could have if he killed us all on the road, then
Can you kill him, Arg, now that you're here? Just to be safe.
Well, it's not my place to do so. He's with the authorities of Moradin City. He'll be tried and executed if need be, or if
But-
the law here says so.
But- but
I have
what if he
utmost faith
escapes?
in. What if he tries to escape? You say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we can't stop him
Well-
if he's as powerful as you say.
Now that he is under the, I don't think he expected me to arrive, but as I heard that he was he was claiming to be a member of the school, and I had other news to come to send you. I thought if these are truly, they gave me the description. I thought it was you, so I thought it was a good opportunity to catch up and confirm a few things.
If he's
So-
if he's that powerful, he's allowed himself to get captured.
Hmm.
Like that's probably why he killed the brothers, to remove the risk of us being killed. Which means he wants to be captured. The question is, what does he stand
Or
to
you removed the opportunity of being caught. I don't think he expected me to turn up.
But what does he
Yeah,
have to, what does he
I
have to
agree. I
benefit?
think he wanted to go beyond the risk.
If he managed to pretend to be Falgum, he would have been set free because
to carry right the
That's-
fuck back on.
But then
because
if
we
you,
spoke to Falgum's dead head.
Yeah.
And he confirmed that he was captured by the brothers, and we confirmed with the last surviving brother that he was captured as well.
The plot thickens.
He was under some kind of gas, I believe, to
Nod,
Knew
nod,
not
nod.
betray
What you said?
the
Oh, yeah.
to not,
Well,
to
he
not
didn't-
betray the brothers.
Didn't die in my hands.
But then what I don't understand is if all he wanted to do was get away,
Oh, I killed him, didn't I think.
Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't say that.
We-
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
that.
But if
Yeah, you do.
if this Aloysius just wanted to get away, he could have killed us and would have
Yeah.
sub-
And
you
just
know that
left.
would have achieved that. The only reason to not do that is if he wanted to be here. He
Or perhaps
wanted to
he
be captured.
he
There's
If he
crumpled-
wants to be here,
Why would he have to
he
benefit?
must have walked through the door.
I think.
Well, then, if he's captured, you must have to. There must be something about being captured.
I
that
think he
normal-
was expecting to get away under another guise.
Yeah.
And I think us killing the mage friend, thank you, Krusk, probably gave him thought that he could do such a thing.
Gus will be like,
Shut it.
You see Args, like he grits his teeth, but he just nods. It's just like,
Oh god.
it's almost like he understands. Like you knew, like, you didn't know. There's like no way. You could,
It's
was
a,
that
it was a
kind of
bit of a
understanding
heat.
there.
It was a
Fair,
heated
there was
moment.
no way we could have.
I was just
really-
firing lightning bolts, man. I mean, anyone could have
Dude,
done it.
he was the one that fired the fireball at us.
He
That's
shot,
very
They
true.
shot first.
He did seem reluctant, but I did just blast him back.
Ark, can you, tell
you
what
set
kind
your
of...
wolf, your hound thing on him. As a matter of fact.
Oh yeah, we did lots of him.
Yes, you were brutal.
You did totally unnecessarily set your hand on him.
Yeah, you
Ark,
specifically chose the guy who was, if I recall correctly.
You
Anyway,
specifically went to savage this guy with your summon because I don't know.
because you
reasons.
wanted to get rid of one of the
Just wanted to try
mages.
it out, really, yeah.
Um,
I mean,
so-
we won't relay any of this to Arg. We'll just-
So, Arg, out of curiosity, with your magical knowledge, can you figure out what kind? Like, you can understand he's some kind of priest, but could you... Is he some kind of evil priest? Is it for raising the dead only? Because he raised a lot of dead people with
he was
snails.
likely evil. He arose lots of snails.
No, the people were arisen with like snails attached to them.
No, that was
No,
just,
that was just-
that was an OT thing, so that they had been risen recently.
Oh, okay. So
Because
they
the spell gives you
snails.
disadvantage and stuff.
Okay, sorry. So,
Yeah.
so he rose a lot of the bandits from this mine cave. So, assumedly, he was using the diamonds to do that. But if he was quite happy doing that, the only other reason I can think of him wanting to go somewhere else is he needed to start practicing on other bodies. Or perhaps he was looking for some more interesting things to raise from the dead than just bandits.
Perhaps. Who knows?
How do they execute mages? Is it just the normal way?
No. If he is as close to a necromancer as one can get, he likely has things that can mean if he dies, he can come back.
So
Self-revive.
preventing him from dying.
He's a magical death.
Like a Horcrux.
there's kind of.
What they
Evil
Um,
mages can put their hearts
um,
into objects and
yeah,
hide them for,
is it
for
a
later.
phylactery or something?
Phylactery
No,
is
it's
the word
not
for it.
Horcrux.
necessarily lichdom. It's just not necessarily lichdom. There you can. Sorry, I'm not a necromancer. I don't know necromancy. It's not my expertise. But from what I was able to gather, there are some manner of spell that you basically make a copy of yourself, and it gestates in a clay jar of some sort. And if you die, you can come back in
You
the clay
go
jar.
into that one.
How difficult
It's
is
what
it?
it's what we feared John the Necromancer had done once he committed suicide.
How
Because he
powerful do
knew
you have
he'd
to
come
be
back.
to create these Horcrux things?
It's difficult. It takes a lot of
Growing a new
time.
Body in a clay jar.
God, I
It's-
don't know what spell is that.
Horcrux,
there-
that's a really good name, Krusk. We should run with that. So this
but anyway.
Horcrux thing.
It,
My
just
my
got out of my
recommendation.
head. Mr. told me.
My recommendation to the people here is to keep him under an anti magic aura, where he's unable to cast any magic, and make him exist out the rest of his days as long as they can.
Can some people do that here?
they'll need some assistance, but they are fairly magical themselves. They're very ingenious with how they use magic, create magic, and create items. So it's certainly within their capabilities to do so.
I mean, I imagine like most jail systems in the world of D&D would have a way of like imprisoning
A mage.
spellcasters.
What is D&D?
You know what I mean?
Oh,
All right,
Sonny,
all right,
stay
all
We
right.
IC.
are IC,
We
dude.
need a flag.
Og, but if they manage to do this and they manage to keep him alive, none of this suicide situation, do you think that John's the necromancer and this other man could have been in league with each other?
Plausible, certainly. I wouldn't rule it out, but it was. I mean, I never got a chance to talk to John long enough to tease that out. I can certainly try with Aloysius.
Also, with this whole clay person thing, I've heard about this spell Speak with Dead. Could you use it on the dead body of someone even though their soul has gone to another body? I don't know how magic works.
I honestly don't know. To be fair, honest, necromancy isn't my area of study.
Of course, that makes sense. It's a very particular question.
Out of interest, do we know when Aloysius joined the bandits? Do we know that?
I think he's the sort. Well, Og is, from what Og says, he's the source of the fucking bandits.
yeah, he's like the head
He's
main.
the one who keeps them alive.
No, I know. But
Hmm.
what I'm trying to get at, when what was his
When
name?
did he
Boromir, or
start?
whatever his name was.
Boring.
Well, not
It was
Boromir.
it was
Balinor.
like four. It
Balinor,
was about
Balinor.
4 or 5 years ago. He told us 4
Was it
or
four-
5
was it
years
4 or
ago,
5
or
years
Yeah,
ago?
something
4
like
years
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lord of the
no, fine.
Rings.
Yeah, sorry. No, that's fine. Then my theory goes out the window. Then never mind. I thought
I've
maybe
had another thought.
I thought it was John's resurrection.
No, they needed
no.
enough
It was
time
him.
to make the teleportation circles, so
Which
that
Oh yeah,
was
took
that's
the
them
true.
fun.
years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, seriously, I've had another thought. Think about if this person is a a necromancer who wants to keep people alive, create some kind of weird cult. What we're carrying right now.
What are we carrying? I lost you.
What
Or-
Talari
or
specifically is carrying right now.
Should we be saying that?
I feel like maybe we should let Arg on what we know at the moment. I trust Arg. We all trust Arg. Arg, I trust you.
Are you
Well, there's the rest of
trustworthy,
the
Arg?
tavern.
You're a reasonable
I'm-
half-orc
I'm
person.
an archmage, head of
Yeah,
the school of wizards.
that's trustworthy.
Do you know
I
why
have
we
to-
left your city?
Helped you be your pardon?
Do you know why we left your city and why we're travelling this way?
Yes.
We were hired to transport an amulet, right?
Yes.
Should we do this upstairs, maybe in a room
Yeah,
privately?
Talari's room again.
We should probably
Just-
yes.
Yes, I'm aware you were hired.
Okay, enough of the. I can't do step-toe kind of talking this much. Can we please, if we go into a room and then then we can just talk.
I mean, I guess.
Probably
Yeah.
better, for the same reason as last night. Really,
I just tried to shrug back up to the room.
Right, so now we are reasonably less likely to be overheard.
Yes.
So from the top, you were saying.
We've been hired to transport this amulet
Mm-hmm. Yes.
that has 1/5 of the demon prince of the undead in, right?
Yes, that's what we
Right.
we
It doesn't
thought
have
at the time. Yes.
Yeah, that it doesn't have the demon prince of the undead in it. It's got Merkel in it.
You sure?
Oh, yes,
Relatively?
I've communicated with. I've met
Doesn't
the
look like
person in
demon
the
prince.
medallion, and I have met Merkel. So, and they look the same.
I mean,
Yes.
Yes.
the current going theory is that the original Merkel is in the amulet, 1/5 of him, I guess. I don't know. And was imprisoned during the Gold War. And that after the Gold War, like, they looked around, went, oh shit, Merkel's not here. He must be dead. And ascended somebody a bit too hastily.
Sounds about right.
You mean you knew, or
As in, they ascended a lot of people back then.
Yeah. And I mean, who's gonna like? It's a reasonable assumption to make, but this means that we now have low on fifth of Merkel, and we don't know what to do with him. Presumably, we should let him out, but we don't know how.
Right.
Ah, you do magic things. How do you let something out of amulets?
Without exploding everything.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Yes, I don't want to explode.
Well, let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Back during the Holy War, there was lots of death going on between gods, people, allies, enemies. As much as you can imagine was going on. And it's, from what I've heard, Merkel killed a lot of people as well. Gods too. And in retribution, some of very powerful people clubbed together and
Killed him back.
potentially killed him. Now, from what you're saying, you think Merkel is in this amulet. I don't think they killed him, but must have separated
Killed
him
him
to the
away.
amulet. Now, you may not have heard who those people were. One of those people was a female mage called Midnight. She was selected to become Mistra after
Oh.
Ascendancy.
Interesting.
Another was a highly powerful wizard called Azuth, who is now my
God.
patron god, the god of wizards.
I have a feeling
was
the word
also-
Cyric is coming up soon.
Yep.
There was also another god called Savras. Sorry, another wizard called Savras, who's ascended and became the god of divination.
So magic, wizards, divination. Okay.
So it seems to be that those three people clubbed together and did this to Merkel.
Why
I
would
should be telling you this, but I don't think Mistra is a good idea to take this back to.
So god of
Ooh.
what? So god of what was the last one? God of
divination?
Divination.
divination.
Why would one of your people think that it was the demon, a demon prince in here?
I don't know. We
Do you think
heard rumors that there was a highly powerful artifact in Kenilworth's Waste. It took a long time to find this, and the notes that were there were all talking about demon imprisonment. So from the last surviving wizard who came back, they assumed that it was Orcus or the demon, because they saw it was imprisoning the dead, like imprisoning death. So the Orcus is the demon prince of the undead. He is death. He's a death demon. So
Hmm.
that's
Makes sense. I mean, somebody along the line has obviously just cocked it up.
Mm.
Similar kind of aura, you know.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
theme.
didn't.
What?
Good
did-
scene.
We didn't look very
reckon that-
demonic, you know. A skeletal figure wearing a robe, carrying a scythe. It's pretty much,
Mm.
you know, it's Merkel
Yeah.
through and through, really. And the state he was in, I don't think he's put any kind of illusion magic up. It's hard to keep up illusion magic when you're.
Going to a wall.
The Reaper.
Right. So we have these group of people then
Hmm.
who imprisoned,
what,
We're
you
taking
think-
it to
imprisoned them and all
Azuth.
conveniently became gods.
And you think it unwise to talk to Mistra about this
Well,
because
sounds like
Oh,
Mistra
Mistra.
Azuth and this god of divination. Probably not the best people to talk to.
I was told, and as you were as well, that the whole purpose of taking these medallions back to Mistra City was that they could destroy them. Now, if Mistra is still Midnight,
And still mad at Merkel
Merkel,
for being a
she
murdering
wants him to
bastard.
die.
Well, if he did get
precisely.
killed, would that not simply just release his power, and then the current Merkel would actually like be able to do their job properly?
Really depends how.
Uh,
Because if they were to say for example they open up the amulets together and then kill him, yes, I believe my
if they just
understanding of
destroy the amulets, he'll be gone.
potentially, yes, and all the knowledge and information of Merkel, all his abilities, all of that would be gone.
So, just to go over the hypothetical situations here. If they were to open up some medallions, not kill Merkel, and there were now 2 Merkels walking about, how would that kind of go in the way of God's magic and all that stuff?
Well, either I believe those 2 Merkels would duke it out, and whoever won would be
What we
Merkel. And the unfortunate thing is, if the original Merkel is to survive,
Would he be
he has
pissed? That
had
the
a
other
long, he has had a very long time
Mm.
to stew in that
He's gonna be
amulet,
pissed.
and he was not good in the first place.
Okay, okay.
But
So-
is this
He wasn't
is,
good in the first place, and now he's very likely not to be
But-
nice either.
Is this
He
is
was a
this,
terror upon the realm. He was the definition of he instilled the fear of death.
Okay, he should die then. There's no question.
I mean,
Yeah, but
but is
He's
this the
gotta die.
reason? Is this the reason that current Merkel's doing such a shit job?
Because half his power's locked away. Wouldn't you be doing a shit job if you only had half your stuff?
Oh, is that what this is though? Or I thought we assumed that. Is this what is actually the case?
I don't know.
From what I can tell,
Is what? Sorry.
once a god dies and another takes its place, all that new god will has all the memories, all the information that the other god had. So if Mr. was to die and a new Mr. took her place, then that Mr. would have all that same knowledge of what Mr. could do, because that is necessary for Mr. to function. She has to protect the weave. She controls it. She makes sure that it can't be broken.
so the new Merkel literally went into the job with none of the knowledge, none of the history, none of the information, and just kind of had to twiddle with his thumbs. No wonder he's doing a crap job.
Hmm.
Oh, guy.
That certainly explains things. So
Okay.
I suppose now our next question is: do we kill this one in the medallion and not free him, or do we free him and let them duke it out to see which ones?
If we don't free him and destroy the medallions, there's a good chance that current Merkel won't get any of the benefits anyway, and then we're stuck.
Yes.
However, if we go to the place, release him, and then kill him while he's released, then the current Merkel gets the right stuff, which is
Yes.
great.
Mm.
But we have to kill a god.
Granted, it'll be like just coming out, so they might be like a little bit weak as they kind of collect.
Feel like it's going to be something none of us have really prepared for, nor are we really strong enough to take on.
Pah.
If I'm honest. No, Thoradin, okay, come on, you're great against like 100 bandits.
I was
whatever.
born to kill gods.
Oh.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
But
God killer.
Yeah.
but aren't part of the ascendancy? Don't they weaken the god for the competitions? Because a mortal
Something
can't
like
go.
It's a mixture of
because-
two
well,
things,
but-
really. They pump up the person and then they weaken the god. It's
But the fact of the matter is, there is a mechanism that exists that can weaken a god.
Yeah, but that takes place over the course of several years, Talari.
And the other person's getting a boost. There's our
Over the
boost.
course of those several years. Also,
Well, there's
like, they
whatever.
sit there and wait for it to happen. They're not, like, feeling a bit trigger happy and gonna go on a rampage because they're really pissed because they've been in prison for the last 1,000 years.
Well, then
They wouldn't
if we can't weaken the god, is there a way of giving us that boost?
certainly
Close the clo-
plausible.
Close the gap.
Okay, what about an alternative? We currently know that we are not traveling with the Orcish demon, we are traveling with Merkel, but we still don't like this Merkel. We prefer current Merkel, who may or may not be a terrible person, but at least they're better than a terrible person at
To
this
be
current
fair,
state.
He's dirty. The fact
You're
that
also
he,
a
the fact
terrible
that,
death god is the
the fa-
trouble.
Well, the thing is, the fact that he is, the current Merkel's doing it with no knowledge, no tools, no power, and he's still doing it, kind of says something about
Well,
his character.
He's
you know?
not
Yeah.
doing it. Just the problem.
Well,
He's
he's
not
trying.
doing it. This is the problem. This is why the entire
yeah.
realm is
But-
covered with undead. And if we can do something about the entire realm being covered with undead, I personally will be very pleased.
But
Oh,
I do not like undead.
No.
They give me the fucking creeps.
Arg, how does the power know where to go? I assume the gods somehow determine it, like as a collective, right?
Fucking no, I'm not a god, am I?
Okay. I think we're treating Arg as like an oracle here.
Capital priests
He's a
know,
very
they do it
learned,
all the time.
learned orc, half-orc
Look,
person.
Look, the capital priests do it all the time. They would know what to do. It's not. I'm only a high priest. I'm only an archmage. I only know my field expertise.
So the capital
don't-
priests somehow, I know you don't know the details, Arg, but they somehow designate a person as the recipient for the power.
That's what.
It helps the faster transfer of power. Like if you imagine, like if you hold a cup of sand in your hand and I pass it to you into a hole, and I drop my hand, you'll capture the whole cup of sand. If I was to chuck all the sand in the air and then ask you to catch it all,
Be fucked.
you won't catch that much, and it'll take you forever to pick up all the little grains of sand.
So maybe there's a
And
third
somebody
option
else
here.
could come in and steal some while you're at it.
Well, maybe
which
there's
is
a third
another-
option here then, which is we don't go with either Merkel. We have a new Merkel who takes the power.
What are you
But
suggesting?
what,
That one of us becomes it?
Or kill two gods?
I just haven't.
Anyone can ascend and take the power, right? We have the power in the medallion. The current Merkel doesn't have Merkel's power. We have the power
Some.
in here. Some of it.
We would have got a boost
But
from the priests.
we've got original. We've got Mark 1 Merkel.
Okay.
Memory.
No, we have part of Mark 1 Merkel.
Yeah.
1/5.
So
need
this is
to-
the difference. We have a
Yeah.
fifth.
But if we can figure out how to designate the new Merkel somehow,
I think
Could
Isn't
pick a
that
new
you've
Merkel.
missed a step.
But isn't that down to the Merkel priests?
I think
Exactly.
that you,
We need to go
I
talk.
think no. I think that you've missed a step. We have 1/5. We have one medallion out of 5.
Yeah,
The
we get
other
the
4 are
others.
presumably either in Mistress City already or on their way to Mistress City. And if Og here is right, and Mistra wants to put the boot in because she's still pissed about what Merkel was doing 2,000 years ago, then she's not going to want to give them back or let him out in any way, shape, or form. Is she?
No, but we say to her, "We have a new Merkel for you."
I was going to suggest this. Maybe with Krusk's current connection to her, we could maybe talk to her about the possibilities of this, because I'm sure Mistra doesn't want more undead going around. That doesn't do well
Hey,
for
Mistra
magic
hasn't-
business.
She hasn't got an issue with the power. She has an issue with the holder.
With the
Exactly.
Why would
person.
she be opposed to somebody new taking Merkel's power?
Or just giving it to the current one, I suppose.
Let's leave the current one. He's had 1,000 years to learn how to do his job. He had his chance. It's
What-
time
what
for
a-
a new Merkel.
He's been replaced a few times because he hasn't been doing his job properly. But
Oh,
okay,
God.
don't worry, guys. Let me have a chat.
Although-
Let me have a chat with Mistra.
I don't
Um,
think that's a.
If she
like-
smites you with a thunderbolt, I'll laugh. If
She
she
wouldn't do
smites me with a thunderbolt, I'm coming back just to give you a kick.
She wouldn't do that. She's a
Oh,
nice lady.
If she strikes Nadia with a thunderbolt, I'm going to revive Nadia so she can kick your ass.
I mean, it could just be a stray thunderbolt. We don't know. It would have come from Mistra.
I can
Okay.
survive that.
What, being hit by thunderbolt?
My body conducts
Thoradin.
thunder.
Thoradin,
I'm
Thoradin,
resistant
one
to that.
day you are going to come by a glorious fall, and I'm going to watch and laugh because you will deserve it.
When it comes to thunder, thunder's my bitch.
Thunder,
Wow.
thunder.
no.
I wouldn't say that too. Don't you owe your mastery over thunder and lightning and all that
Task,
bullshit
yeah.
to the gods? So I wouldn't say that too loud, because you will be the one being smited by a thunderbolt if you keep running your mouth.
But saying I can always summon lightning. It comes from me. It comes from the heart.
Wow.
It comes from
From
Mistra.
Mistra, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it
that's
comes,
some
from,
Mistra
comes from the
is
weave.
present.
From the weave.
She's present in the process at some point.
Okay. We don't have a cool
I
hammer,
have
do you?
a. Can you how much do you think the capital priests would hate going somewhere? Could we ask them to meet us at Mr. City for this ritual? so
I
they
think they're
can
a bit
direct
busy.
the power.
Where is Merkel City?
I know they're busy. I'm just wondering if they
No,
could
Merkel-
maybe.
Merkel-
City.
Merkel
No, no,
Village
where's
and Mr.
Merkel's-
City are very close to each other.
Oh yeah, it's
You're
We
all,
down
you're
the
all on
road.
Bars
We
Crossing.
should go to Merkel Village first, then.
But I think we need capital priests.
But they're not going to
well,
listen. Why
they'll
would
be
they?
there.
Why would they believe us in anything that we say?
We
Well,
literally have Merkel in the
Yeah,
We have
absolute at them,
Arg.
can't we? If they disbelieve us, like here you go, there he is.
Wait,
Have a
I
look
think
yourself.
Matt, are the capital
Mm.
priests not at Merkel's place? I thought they stay at like their capital.
No,
Well,
they stay at the capital.
Oh, the
The
capital.
capital.
Where is the capital?
Way on the
Oh,
other
miles
side.
away.
Other side.
Yeah.
The other side.
The other side of the wastes.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's like.
The other side of the waste. Shit, no, there's
Yeah,
no way we
that's
can.
way too far. Yeah, that's way west.
So this is the other side of the. To the side of the
I
You
mean,
have to
surely
teleport.
someone could teleport some, is
Yeah.
what I'm suggesting. But
Arg
Maybe
likes,
not,
Arg
maybe
likes,
not.
Arg likes
Circle.
teleporting.
what I'm
oh.
asking is how many
Maybe not.
capital priests would we need to direct the power? So if we were to kill Merkel, then they could direct it to the current Merkel, or if it happens to have to be somebody else, as Krusk suggests, to be named later. But
Unknown
How-
candidate. We'll
how,
call.
would they be willing to do such a thing? How many capital priests are they? Could they spare a few? How many do they need?
This is a big
lot
deal,
of
right?
them,
Surely they can spare a
There's
few.
one for each god, so there's a lot of them.
Merkel's then.
Look, I don't know. I can certainly get word out to them to see what they think. I'll have to be quiet because if Mistra hears about this, she's not going to like it. I can imagine.
I think we'll let Krusk gauge Mistra, which is the worst sentence I've ever said in my entire life. But
I've got this
if,
understood.
if
I mean, if
Krusk
you piss
can-
her
if
off, she's going to
you
cut
can
you
do
off on
this
the
arc,
weave. You
that
do
would be
realise that.
great.
She's a very nice lady. She
But you
wouldn't
do
that.
realise if you annoy her, she
She
will
won't.
remove you from the weave.
She wouldn't do that. I know her.
You would- Okay.
You can't don't know.
I know.
I was thinking, we're in Moradin
Yeah.
City. We could ask them here if they've got a way to easily contact their capital priest, and then probably the same will apply, right, to all the villagers.
Don't know that
Yes.
necessarily.
But
Wait,
you're
what about
assuming that they care.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
That's
I
the
mean,
problem.
It's worth asking them, just saying, like, do you have a
I
way
can-
to talk to the capital priest? Or
I
something?
know
can
our
talk to mine.
destination is Mistra City.
I think we
just
should go to
can't
Merkel.
remember
I think we should.
which
go
is Merkel. Is it
The
the
one
one that's
the
on
one
the orange
parallel-
road?
The one to the right of Mr. City.
So we'd have to
one
go
on-
further,
Mhm.
closer to my aimed goal destination. Great.
Only a little bit further.
It's worth.
That's
So
true,
in
and-
terms of the map, if you go far enough right, you'll end up on the left.
Yeah, the
It wraps
little
around.
road
There's,
that-
there's,
Oh, it
there's a
wraps
land
around.
bridge.
it wraps
yeah.
around.
The world is
So
not
far,
flat.
the land
Goes
bridge.
off
The world's not
left-hand
flat,
side.
Hass. The world's not flat.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you different.
Hass is a flat
Yeah.
earther.
Oh, Jesus.
Krusk is a flat earther.
So we could, in theory, I know this is it's a very long trek, but we could, in theory, get to the capital at some point if we wanted to.
I mean,
If you wish.
it took
What
us.
are- what are
It
these
took us
yellow- what
2
are these
weeks.
yellow bits?
Bear in mind, it took us 2 weeks to get from that dot there, from the top left to where we are.
That's true. But I mean, Dan's place is here, Talos Point. You can go say your thanks
Oh,
for your.
I mean,
thunder.
Thoradin would have loved to go
Yeah, that's
there,
behind
but
you, really.
What's
yeah.
the yellow wall, Matt? The yellow lines.
Yellow lines. That's the barrier. That's the boundaries for the regions.
Oh,
I,
like a
I,
fish or something like that.
I
So you
have
know,
business
the
in
Bane's Grass,
Scrotum, so
Champier's Plains, Octopus Eye, Ball Scrotum.
I mean,
Okay,
it does
so-
look like a scrotum, but it's still a ridiculous name.
So
I
we-
I have
we-
business there. If we went to Merkel, I could
one's bigger
I
than
could
the other.
perhaps go see the temple that Bahamut suggested before we go to Mr. City. And to be
Great.
honest, if we're going to do this in Mr. City, I would like to be as prepared as possible.
great.
The ancient temple of Bahamut is in Clicky's range, which is on the far left, like in here range.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me scroll far left again.
Oh, I see where you're pinging.
yeah.
Pinging.
We can
Shit,
do
is
it.
I
We
was
can do
above-
it. Turi,
I
I'm
could
willing
have
to go
sworn
there.
you said
Ancient-
Ball Scrotum, okay.
Ancient temple of Bahamut is in Clicky's range.
Okay.
I was under the
Oh, no,
impression
no,
that
no,
we
yeah.
were walking.
No, he's right. I remember him saying it now because I
You have to go
kept
through
saying
Ball
I couldn't
Scrotum.
spell Miclicky.
Turi, if you want to go there, we're under no time constraint. It might give us more time to think about what to do here.
Well,
I
that's,
mean,
that's
it'll
my
give us another
question.
2 months to get there and back.
Yeah, that's a long.
Well,
it's a long
Be
distance.
sensible.
Well,
Yeah,
my,
why not?
my question is, if we were to go that much further, we could go there and then the capital. But these medallions are powerful enough to hold a part of a god alive. So if it is dead, maybe it can capture his essence or his power, and we can carry on taking it further to the capital, and then have them directed to the right person.
But the issue
We need
is
to be very sure before we go to capital. Though it's worth our time.
the other issue is for this to work, we need all the medallions,
Yeah.
Mm.
which may not be easy for the people that we need to deliver this for.
Although we are still assuming that it's got parts of Merkel and not other things.
I mean,
No, I think it's been confirmed from
Okay.
ARC that all the medallions had.
As far as we could tell, yes, they were all the same.
They
Oh.
all had a similar order, so chances are it's all Merkel.
Okay, so 5 bits of Merkel.
so we're going to need all of them, and that means trying to persuade the people we're going to deliver this to say, no, we want them.
Arg, could you do anything to help us? You agree with us, right?
I'm on your
That's-
side, but going against Mistra, she's above my level, above my pay grade.
I don't
She
want
she
you to...
she owns Azuth. So
She owns Azuf.
like Azuth exists because of Mistra.
She owns the weave. She owns all the magic.
Magic, yeah.
So she's like a
Exactly.
senior.
Okay. So, Krusk, basically, if you're going to try to convince Mistra that we're on her side and that we want to destroy it but not cause a great calamity in the process, maybe do it gently.
Leave it to me. I'm very diplomatic.
Oh, this is so bad. But I really
The
can't see
person in
another
this
way.
party is Thoradin.
Krusk will. I mean, technically, I've already communed with Mistra, and I'll find out later. But so I'll see based on that.
Technically, I've already. Sorry.
I just
There
need
was
to
a-
consult my dream journal to
There
remember.
was a communication. I don't remember it. I wrote it all down. I'll
My
check it
dream,
later.
my dream journal's in my room.
Yeah.
I'll
It may not have happened last night. You don't know. You might have prayed. It might not have happened.
I write
Yeah,
while I
it's got a
trance.
delayed
I haven't-
response that will conveniently be delayed
Yeah.
for however long this session takes to.
The
I just
issue,
need to
sure.
consult my dream journal, guys.
see,
it's fine.
Talari's issue is that she writes as she's trancing, so she's not actually aware of what she's writing until she reads it
Right.
later.
Totally, yeah.
That's what it is.
I'm not sure Krusk can write, so he just uses a form of hieroglyphics and pictograms.
Yeah.
He knows common. He was taught by his dad.
Oh yeah. He was.
Also
Scribbles.
Nadia was right. Even Nadia can read and write. I mean, come on.
I like the idea of pictograms, but
Oh my
that's fine.
god. Just
He's
draw
always-
All of a sudden,
Draw-
Egyptian.
Drawing thunderbolts.
Must have more
Yeah, if
lightning.
Thoradin
Yeah.
had a dream journal, it would be
Yeah.
full of like caricaturely muscled versions of Thoradin and like big
Oh, yeah.
thunderbolts, like ladies swooning.
Yeah.
A significant lack of man bags and purses.
Mm. Overcompensating.
Yeah.
Thoradin is definitely overcompensating for something, man. Definitely
You'll never
for
know.
something.
You'll
I mean,
never
he's
know.
a dwarf, so short height, I guess.
I mean, Turi might find out. Very nice.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
hey. Oi, oi.
I reckon it's not worth. I mean, let's see what Mistress says if she says anything.
She's
So I
like,
think
"You
let's wait
roll
for
off."
that. Let's wait for that and see.
Yeah. I mean, we're waiting for the reward anyway, and we're going to go on the shopping trip at some point.
Yeah, either last night I had the dream, or hopefully this night I'll have a dream. So hopefully one of those nights I'll get word from Mistra,
Yeah.
and I'll talk to her about it then.
And we'll
Anyway,
talk.
let's go.
Um,
Let's go shopping.
before you'll do that, I will say, right, before I leave, the actual news I wanted to deliver in the first place.
Oh yeah.
You
Of
came in
course,
for a
yeah.
reason,
Sorry, I totally forgot you had something you
um,
wanted to say.
good
I
news- good
apologize,
news or
Alex.
bad
That
news?
was rude of us.
Good news or bad news?
Depends on your alignment, I guess. To
Great.
sum it all up, Bahamut City is now going to permanently so. Bahamut will now be the god of justice and the dragon god of good for the next 500 years,
Are you allowed to do that?
while Tyr is banished for the next 500 years.
Oh, shit.
There will be no
Banished away.
god named Tyr for the next 500 years.
Damn.
What happens to? I guess they will just
Tits.
hop over to Bahamut.
Tyr Town is no more. There is now a Tyr village, conveniently swapped with It's no longer Bahamut Village, but it's now Tyr Village. It's now Bahamut. The Tyr Town is now Bahamut City. But for the next 500 years, there will be
Shouldn't
no
it be Bahamut
Tyr.
Town? They didn't increase in size, did it?
No, but the town, city, village, it's kind of just
Sounds better, doesn't it?
independent. Yeah.
What
Tyr
the
Town,
fuck?
Tyr Town rolls the tongue better than Tyr City. So
So they
Okay.
called it Tier Town.
the city planners are very
They like
finicky like that.
alliteration. Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Zurich? Has Zurich been punished?
Well, there's no evidence of Cyric intervening, so he's scot-free.
Jammy
minute,
bastard.
What the hell?
Us
After all that.
saying that Tyr was up to no good gets Tyr in trouble, but us saying Cyric is up to no good doesn't get Cyric in trouble.
Yeah, and Cyric is the god of lies, and so for him to act in his nature of lying, he's actually not doing any bad.
Technically, he's doing his job.
It's,
Technically, he's doing his job. So what we've
And you
got to
can't
do is
punish a
catch
god for
Cyric
doing-
telling the truth, and then we can get him
Well,
done.
you can't punish a god for behaving within their own nature. So it does leave Cyric with a matter of
Oh man.
flexibility in his nature.
I mean,
But because
That is such bullshit.
because there is no evidence of Cyric acting as Tyr or launching the death cult to Tyr, that is why Cyric is not punished. Because
Right, because you don't
everything
have the
else-
evidence of him interfering in somebody else's domain to their
Precisely.
and getting them fucked up. Okay.
precisely is the death cult that has caused those sanctions onto
Oh no, the death cult idiots think it is Tyr, don't they?
exactly.
Oh.
They've all claimed so.
but that doesn't- but if Cyric's lying to be pretending to be Tyr,
Yeah, but nobody's caught him at it. Is the thing.
And
All
he's
the
only
people
lying
he's
in his
fooled
nature.
Have been very well fooled, and us going, well,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
it totally was Cyric all the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even
I
Matthias
don't-
thought it
doesn't-
was Tyr as well.
Even
so-
Matthias thought it was Tyr.
So I have a question. If I were to be witness and say that Cyric lied to us, he told us that he was Tyr, and I know this to be sure, would that do anything of us, or is it too late? Is it
I
what's
mean,
left?
you already
Done, I'm
said that,
afraid.
didn't you?
Your
Right.
testimony was said, and
You just one of many,
Again.
though. That's the problem.
Can I say?
it's
And
one.
technically, you're
It's
not.
your word versus the god. So
Oh, this is such.
Wait a minute. It's Turi's word versus a god whose job is deceiving people. I don't really think that's a fair contest.
But also, you got to remember, it's like his word against the rest of the death cult.
Oh, that's true.
well.
What we've got to do is catch Cyric telling the truth and get him done on that, because that's acting outside his remit.
Seems
No,
like an
I s-
impossible task.
Yeah.
Ask him what his name is.
Uh,
That'd be-
it is a difficult task indeed to capture Cyric in this way, but
Let's hope
the
Well,
nature of the
we-
bad.
We shot our shot, I think, with Cyric. Perhaps it's time to move on.
I don't think that Turi's gonna move on, Krusk. I just have a tiny little sneaking suspicion that Turi's a wee bit pissed with him. There's also the
Turi.
fact that he wants to kill her.
Mm.
You will remain to be a bane in our existence to the end of time, I imagine.
He should have boundaries, man. There should only be so much line that gods put up with.
Vengeance will lead you nowhere, Turi. Don't
well
don't
aware.
allow it to consume you.
I feel that wanting to put the boot in for like 200 years of like torture and deprivation is pretty reasonable.
You're on this path of redemption now, Turi. You must apply it throughout your whole sphere.
Mhm.
Does this mean you have to try and redeem Cyric?
I don't think so.
Somehow, I think if you ask Cyric to
I
redeem
think that might be an
himself,
impossible task.
well, the thing is, Cyric would agree, wouldn't he, that he's going to redeem
I
himself?
am wise enough to understand where a lost case is. Look at Thoradin.
I just don't
I
want
will
Good
stand by
point,
you, Turi.
actually. You make a good point, actually. He's a complete dickhead.
I just don't want to see vengeance consume you, Turi. I don't want to. I don't want to see it in that way for you.
I am more thinking of where the justice is in this, really. If
Justice.
anything.
Collect
Nope.
in
Oh,
this.
just the justice.
Nope.
Just the justice.
We must
Okay.
carry out the justice.
Collective.
With Cyric's head.
Collectively,
With
we
Cyric's head!
The problem is it
If you,
just
if you somehow manage to kill Cyric, I will certainly help you in my own ways. But officially, I can't.
God, I think we've got
Okay.
it good.
Well, Mistra has previously sealed a god while she was immortal, right? She wasn't a god at the time. Maybe she
But-
can help with that as well.
Yeah, it would be useful to know how they've
Maybe
done
to-
this.
Yeah. hmm
I think we have a lot of information taken in. Thank you,
Mm.
Arg. I would like to walk for a little bit in a particular direction without truly thinking about much. So, thank you, Arg. It was nice to see you. Hopefully, you'll be in contact soon. And Terry just walks out. Fuming, absolutely fuming.
Well, I suppose that could, that's probably about
Yeah,
as
I'll
good as
go
she was
go.
gonna. That's about as good as Turi was gonna take down. I'm surprised she didn't punch something.
She's about to punch something, I have a feeling.
I was going to say, literally,
let's-
Terry goes to her room, whichever one she picks, and
Puts a
I
hole in
don't
the
imagine
wall.
the bed's going to be in a good condition after.
Let's just hope no one in the market's gonna overcharge her for anything. Because that's just asking for trouble.
That's why Thoradin's got to go along. Then if she flips her shit, he can sit on her.
Yeah. Don't like
I'll
any
sort her out.
encouragement. All right. Well, I guess we might as well head
Thanks
to the
for coming
market.
all this way to tell us, though.
Yes. Well, you probably just
You
teleported.
helped me, I guess, and
We tried.
it's my duty to investigate what you brought upon us, and while I was here, I thought might as well let you in instead of sending a sending stone. As you can imagine, it probably wouldn't have been able to do it in 25 words or less.
No.
No. They are a bit limited like that.
Well, I wish you luck on the rest of your journey, and also I'm interested.
Mhm.
We use the Justice Collective as a name for you to describe you to the high priests or capital priests. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
And now Krusk won't shut
Uh,
up about it.
It's important to spread our good name and the good word.
Are you going to continue using that name?
Yes, we are out.
claim-
Yes.
To
Yep.
claim
Justice?
victory
Yep.
over the Broken Jaw brothers.
Yes, we are. Yep. Justice Collective. That's
I
what we
don't
know.
think I can stop him, so
I Krusk shouted it
He's-
at all of the bandits as well at the end. And the
he
survivors.
spouted off about it at literally every group of people we have met along the entire road. You have no idea how sick I am of hearing about the fucking Justice Collective, and I am the fucking Justice Collective.
So you are.
So
So you're going to willingly
Yep.
continue to use that name. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
So
Yep.
okay.
Krusk
I'll-
seems to think we have a good reputation. I'm not entirely certain he's correct, but he
No.
wants to be famous.
No, I almost got killed for it.
I think we're getting
I
paid a
would have
target on our
avoided
back.
Colm Village and the Bahamut City tier town's probably a bit upset still at the moment. Maybe tier village, give it a miss.
That's
But
fine.
cities generally that should be alright, I imagine.
Is Tom still missing?
Yeah, no, I honestly don't know.
Fair enough. I
That's
thought
what-
somebody might have noticed if he'd turned up again.
Not my god.
Exactly.
I run a magic school. I'm not really appraised of many of the gods. Maybe if he had come back, they probably would have talk about it in the town. Maybe,
Somebody would have noticed, yeah.
but anyway, I wish you good luck on the rest of your journey, and
Yeah, thanks. man.
maybe I'll see you again sometime. You'll feel free to use the sending stone to contact me if you need to,
Alright.
and I will go.
I'll offer him some of my second breakfast before he
God.
goes.
Well, that's gone. You're in the other room. Like,
Oh, I forgot. He would have taken it up with him if the staff let him. But
Wow. Wow.
yeah. So yeah.
okay then.
All right, then I guess we go shopping.
Shopping, yeah, until nighttime, and we can.
Well,
have
we
our
need to.
drinks.
Well, we need to cash in the gems to diamonds. So until we've got only 10 left. So
Yeah.
We'll we'll catch the most expensive of those diamonds.
Matt, the jails here. Can you visit people by appointment, or is it like quite closed doors type thing?
Closed doors. Probably only family members are allowed to go see. If you've like your brother or like your wife, husband, like partner, like or your kids. There's like some of that allowed, but
Can I?
like random strangers probably not between each other.
Okay. Okay.
There's obviously some like protections and stuff in place, but they won't let anybody see anybody.
Okay. Hmm.
So, yeah.
No,
So
were
do you
you
want to go to the
visiting in
bank?
a prison?
I was just curious.
I like to think, by the way, that when everyone comes out to do their shopping, Turi's done like a full lap of the entire city and come back in like a stormed
How are you going to do that? Well, just
speed walk.
but without your purse following you.
Oh no,
He's just gone running.
I'm
She's
just
gone running
speedily,
towards
angrily
the-
walking.
Oh, okay. Oh, got
Could have
you,
gone
got
to the
you.
training ground, you know,
Yeah.
punch the shit out of some
Maybe
sparring
later.
dummies. Alright.
If,
I could
if
probably-
Turi still looks pissed when she comes back, Nadia will offer to take her to the training grounds and they kick the shit out of each other. And then
Let's sort out the money first.
Diamonds first.
Then
Sure.
I am totally on board with doing that.
It's it's
Awesome.
worth doing the diamonds, and also worth considering what Og's been saying as well, to see if we can claim our bounty. Because it sounds like they made a decision already, like based on this.
Mhm.
So, we might be in our money
Oh yeah.
as well.
I agree.
So yeah, bank.
So go to the bank. So when you get to the bank, the usual row of tellers are busy away seeing to people. Fair mixture of people in there, just dwarves, humans, tabaxi, just the Azamar, the odd smattering of people. So people you can see are making heavy donations. Some are doing like almost like postal service stuff as you've seen before. But a good it's a fairly friendly environment in this place. You can imagine there's a lot of transactions that go through the city. It's a lot of people. There's a lot of trade that happens, so a lot of money exchanges hands quite a lot. So the bank is fairly busy. But you wait your turn, and a teller is available. It says, "Hello, how may I be of service?"
We have some diamonds that we'd like to get. Forgotten the word is. Analyzed.
Praise.
Praise.
We're all with
Some
Thoradin, by
diamonds.
the way. We're all like surrounding Thoradin to make
Yeah.
sure.
Praised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd like to get these diamonds appraised and obviously converted into their gold equivalent.
And
Okay,
deposited
we have-
evenly between us.
Yeah, we'll get to that, yeah.
Based on the ones we wish to put down, because we're keeping some.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll try and get out the 16 biggest.
Do you know the approximate value of these? Just so we have a ballpark to go off.
Around 1,000 each.
Each. And how many do you have?
16. Do you have enough funds to?
You see, like an eyebrow raise is like you
Oh,
get
shit.
quite excited. Yeah, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
we can facilitate that. Just come quickly. I'll go to this, and we'll scurry off to the side room and open up for you guys. And it's coming.
Oh,
Come in.
perfect. Cool. So
So open up the side room for you all, and
Basically, the
And,
ones that are a third of the size of the bigger ones are the ones we keep, and the massive ones are the ones we
yeah.
give.
so he sits down and says, "Right, give them to me and see what I can do for you."
Yeah, he'll put out the 16 biggest.
16. You're not going to try and give over all 26 just to get them all appraised, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh
all
yeah,
free, isn't it?
might as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'll do all 26 then.
Okay. His eyes widen as he's got each one you like for dramatic effect you put one out at a time. And it's like as the mound grows, his eyes just like widen, and it's like there's a lot of gems in here, and they do look like they're worth a lot of money. He very diligently spends the next hour or so cataloging each one. So they're all very roughly the same cost or same worth. One's worth like 1,050, one's worth slightly less, like 950. They're all within that same ballpark. Like they've all been polished and like shaped like that on purpose. Like you can imagine Aloysius, if he was reviving a lot of people, that's kind of what he needed as well. So it kind of made sense. They're all like, they all work to be shaped to be. So it was easily known this was about 1,000 gold, or 10 of these was 10,000, etc. Like you would do with money. So yeah, so he lines them all out, catalogs them for him. He says, "Yeah, if you were to convert all of these to gold, that is 26,000 gold total, and 1 silver."
And 1 silver. Okay.
Nice.
Useful to know. I think we're gonna hold on to 10 of them.
Okay. Any
Obviously
particular preference, or
Yeah, we want the 10 smallest, and we like to exchange the 16 biggest.
okay?
For gold.
He will take some notes. Says, "All right, okay. And would you like that in gold today, or would you like it deposited? How would you like the funds to be arranged?"
I'd probably say deposited into each of our accounts.
Yes.
Okay.
So we need it split
It'll
into.
take a few days
five.
for that to be fully in your accounts. But if you're happy with that, that's absolutely fine. Or you could get the gold today if we have enough in our bank, in our vault.
I don't think any of us want to. Yeah, I think it's just straight deposit.
Yeah. Don't be carrying that around. What?
You are going on a shopping trip.
Turi may or may not want her gold now.
Oh, okay. If you need that much gold. But wait, can't we
do.
do transfers in this world?
Yeah, but it's
You
going to
can,
take a
but
few
it's-
days for the diamonds to arrive.
It's going to take a few days for them to get the money into your accounts. So if you said, "Oh, I've got 2,000 gold to spend," it's going to take a few days for that to be confirmed and then do the transaction properly.
Could I have it in platinum, so it's just a little bit smaller to carry?
So we don't dish out platinum, really. It's
Wow.
It's very hard. It's very hard to come by these days.
Great
So
establishments you've got here. It's great.
we generally just deal with gold, silver, and copper.
Okay, fine.
If you do find platinum, we'll happily take it off your hands.
It's fine. I'll take it in gold. Hopefully you have a bag enough.
Big sack.
Well, we do sell bags of holding for a mere 1,500 gold. If you're willing to.
You wanted one of those, Thoradin?
Whoa. 1,500, you say?
Yeah.
And this is quite a large bag of holding. This seems quite more expensive.
So it's a bag of holding.
Is it a new bag of holding?
Yes.
Can we buy a second-hand bag of holding?
Yeah, for a cheaper price.
Everything you put in it will come out covered in fluff.
He looks offended almost.
Can't we clean out? I mean, is that not a thing? You know, just put a hose in and clean it out.
Can you clean out a infinite abyss?
I don't think it works like that. No. But I mean, we wanted a bag of holding anyway, so this kind of killed two birds with one
We
stone.
sell bags of holding here for 1,500 gold. If you're willing to test out the marketplaces here, I'm sure they will also have them for cheaper, if used.
Yeah, we could just invest in one for the whole group.
Have we split the diamond money yet? Sorry, I missed that.
No, not yet.
We're currently doing.
Yeah,
that's what he's offered if you were to buy a bag of holding to handle all the amount of gold.
Right, okay.
Instead
I
of
would just
having to
transfer
have
mine
one big
straight
pack.
into my bank account if possible anyway. But
We'll sort out the fractions in a second.
yeah.
Do you want to buy a bag of holding or not?
I think Talari will. She'll want her own. She won't want
Oh, you're
Thoradin
on her
holding.
own.
She don't want Thoradin holding all the gold coins. That's not happening.
How big is the opening to the bag? Is it like a rucksack?
Yeah, it's like a satchel. Yeah, it's a satchel.
Satchel, like a
Like a
shoulder bag,
knapsack
yeah.
satchel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know those shitty like Nike bags those like 9-year-olds had in secondary school.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but like looks with a bit of a cooler design.
Okay. I will pass. I don't think I need one at the moment.
Okay, so we're getting 2 then.
Looks
I'll
like
get
we-
1
bags of-
Talari.
Yeah.
That's one.
Okay. Do you want that subtracted from the total value or from your individual takes?
Individual takes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
individual takes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 16,000 gold separated out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
No,
well,
Talari's
it's-
is going into mine.
No,
Oh no,
it
sorry,
still
she
gets
is.
divided.
It's
It
still
still gets
5.
divided into 5.
You get 2 lots.
You just get 2 lots deposited.
Hmm.
Although we should have let him have that maths, we'd all have gotten more.
That's true. We should have done.
Yeah.
You should be glad we're honest, and she's going to clap Thoradin on the shoulder.
Turi,
Yeah,
Talari would have just too busy jumping at the fact that she got to correct him. So.
Yeah.
So that is 2,200 gold each.
Woo!
Nice.
And the your Drow, she wanted her share out now.
Where
That-
else was
that's-
going?
Did you want all of
Arthur's
that?
away. Arthur's away, but he said he wanted her share out.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
2,200.
Oof, I'm a rich man.
That's a fucking ridiculous amount of gold.
1 second.
3,000.
yeah, so you all
They've got
can
the gold.
deposit. Yeah, so you all can deposit 3,200 into your banks with Turygurtha having 3,200 on her person or in the back of holding, which Thoradin holds.
Ooh, I
However
could
you
buy
wish to.
full plate armor.
Oh no,
Would you-
3,200. Jesus
3,200 each.
Yeah, but I'm
I-
only getting.
Oh, 3,200 each.
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
Yeah, I put in.
Holy
It's
shit.
16,000 divided by 5.
Yeah.
16.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
That should be
So
enough
I
for my
had-
plans.
Another 1,000 to this. I had 2,000 at first for some reason.
Yeah, so did I.
I think we added. Did we add our bounty to it? Because I've got 1,900 in my bank. I don't
We
know.
haven't sorted that out
Yeah.
yet.
We haven't
I
sorted
think that was
yet.
payment for the.
We
the
just
other
must have got.
thing.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have had it. from
Ooh,
before.
should I
Yeah.
get plate armor? Full plate armor. Hang on. 18 plus 4, 22 plus 4. That would give me a max AC of 26. I would literally be invulnerable.
Wow.
Well,
Jesus.
Quite
Five times
invulnerable.
before a fall.
Apart from lightning bolts and such, yes. Which the armor doesn't help against. But
No, because plate armor is flat 18. You don't
no,
get bonuses on top of that.
no, I've got plus 4
Yes,
shield.
plus 4.
And on
Right.
top of my plus 4 shield, I also have shield the spell.
Right,
So
right,
I can
right.
get up to 26.
Shit.
It's not a permanent AC boost, yeah, because I need to cast shield as well. But
Yeah,
still,
that'd be good.
if anyone's ever in trouble, I can kind of just,
Yeah.
stand in front of them, pump my shield.
Yeah.
So it will take for all of you depositing into the bank. It will take a good few days for that to be completed into your accounts.
We'll have to stay here then, because I need to spend some of that
If you
GP.
wanna-
So how
Or
do
you could
I-
take it in real gold now, and
Yeah. Well, I'm
You could do
Talari.
what
and you can
Jury's
deposit
doing.
later.
No,
Yeah,
didn't they say
Take
they
it now,
could-
deposit
yeah?
later.
Yeah.
I don't want to take.
Talari's gonna keep the gold because
Uh,
she's got the bag of holding now, so she'll just have that straight away.
Can I take? Can we carry 2,000 gold on us? Like, do I have somewhere to put it?
You put it in
Have
my
a
bag
very
of holding.
You have a very jinkly bag, but it's definitely
Clink. Also,
doable.
Last
cover the
Thoradin
back-
uses
How
back.
does overdraft work in this world?
You get your knees caved in.
Okay.
Until you
That
can pay it back.
took me a moment to register.
He said it. This is like nonchalant.
I was expecting a finance thing. Yeah.
No, they will literally come and knock your knees out.
Oh man.
Okay.
When they
They'll
come and
find
knock
you.
in, that's not what you want.
No, because I was thinking I know the money's going to clear, so could I go a bit into my overdraft
Oh
type
man,
thing?
I wouldn't do that. No.
No.
I mean, you can always risk it if you wish, but do you want to risk it?
Maybe if I see something I really like.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Man, that's
So yeah,
not-
so
We could just
okay,
wait
so
a couple.
Talari's
We could
taking
just
the
wait.
raw gold. So Talari's taking the raw gold.
Yep.
Thoradin's now got the raw gold as Turi's share.
Okay, can I take 2,000 with me? Fuck it, I'll just risk it.
You want 2,000 with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Nadia, do you want any of that money with you, or You happy with your current money on you and the rest in the bank?
Her current plan is to go looking for the things she wants and then come back. Because there's no, like, carrying 4,000 fucking gold coins around. It's nobody's idea of a good time.
No.
You can certainly leave the money with the bank for the day and come back if you wish for it. They can. It's like a safety deposit box almost. They can do for the day before they take it to walking.
What
to...
she's trying to work out, right, is why they could give me the gold coins right now, but if I come back later, they won't be in my account. Which seems to be what this guy is saying, but yeah, basically, she doesn't want to carry it all around because she has no idea how much she's going to need.
So you can certainly basically have until the end of the day, until all the bags of money get taken to Keen Village or Keen City, and they all get
Whatever they do
deposited
with
into your
it,
yeah. So you basically have until the end of the day to
Okay,
do it.
that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, 'cause all this stuff happens at the end of the day. So
I'm
if
going
you're
to
happy
be
with
walking
that,
with my shield out, by the way. I don't want anyone pickpocketing this. Anyone takes my gold, they're getting lightning bolted.
and your shield in front of you,
Like, where's
as
the,
your
where's,
backpack's on
where's
your
the
back.
gold? Can I do it like, have you seen people shift it around the front? No, I have the shield out, like in front
Oh
of them.
Like a
my
baby.
word.
Like
Yeah,
a
like a
baby.
baby type thing.
You want a front pack, not a backpack.
Yeah.
I
You're
know
riding-
that
riding
very
it
well.
we had to do it in a
The baby carrier.
we were in like a museum, and they said to us, "You're not allowed to have your backpacks at the back," so we had to all swivel them
Yeah.
to the front. So Krusk will do that
Yeah.
and have his shield
Okay.
out.
Okay, if you wish.
Do you
Can't we
really
just-
need the shield if you can see your bag in front of you?
Yes.
Why? Why? Straight arrows? Like why?
The
Why do you...
thieves guild
Yeah,
are
but
known
the
for
thieves
nicking
can.
stuff.
But you're
Yes,
looking.
but it
They're
also
in your
screams
direction.
to the thieves that this is a guy who wants to protect something in his backpack. Oh, I wonder what it's going to be.
Exactly. You're just. You're
You're
not.
gonna look so sus.
It's just. You know.
Yeah, you spent time with Carl enough to know that's a bad idea.
The thing
Okay,
is,
I'll
it's
let
like-
the shield out. I'll
it's
just
like-
have the front pack, but
it's
it
like-
has to be.
Okay.
It's like all those films. You see a guy, an unknown guy in a suit, handcuffed
Like,
to a briefcase. You know that guy's hands are coming off. Like you know it's happening. Like that's you know, it's
All right,
just-
we're gonna rock the front pack, but we'll stop there.
Yeah, it's
fine.
probably for the
So-
best. Oh god.
And next time on the Ascendant Lands, you guys can finally go shopping
Hey.
and maybe find out how much you get from your bounty.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we are filthy rich right now. We could just retire and end the campaign and live our.
I mean, yeah, like if as commoners, yeah, we're near enough set.
Well,
you can
yeah.
buy-
I
if you
was
wish-
already
if you were-
rich.
If you wanted to, you could settle down, buy a house, and live out your meager existence. Certainly, if you
Yeah,
wish.
let's just leave all the god shit that's going
Yeah.
on to the back of our minds. Let's compartmentalize. Let's go bury our heads in the sand of a beach. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's the world's gonna end anyway,
next
so you might as well
time-
live it well.
And next time on the Ascendant Lands, you can certainly do that. Until then,
Screw you guys.
we'll see you next time.